And how do we enable mature content? Good evening, everyone. My name is George, and this show is Don't Panic Flip. How is everyone doing tonight? Nuria, welcome to the stream. Man, we have an evening planned, and by evening, I mean we've got guests. We've got two remote guests on the call right now. First, we have the esteemed, wonderful streamer that goes by the name iSkiDoo. iSkiDoo, how are you doing this evening?
I am quite lovely, thank you.
You are quite lovely. I like that.
Yes.
And our second remote participant is Surreal_7. Surreal, how are you on this most auspicious of Monday evenings?
I am super fantastic, thanks.
Yo. Oh man. Some fat fingers though.
Uh-oh, what is that? Is somebody else joining remotely as well through you, Surreal?
No.
Oh man, something else just came. Well, hey, awesome.
I don't know what that was.
Yeah, I don't know what that was either. That was
Air traffic
weird.
control, apparently.
Yeah. And then we also have a physical guest in-house. We have Janelle with us this evening. Iron Fox, Higher Peanut, Nuria, welcome in from the chat side of things. We've got lights integrated. We've got Guardians of the Galaxy prepped to actually be played this evening. But before we can get started, I need to know, Surreal and iSkiDoo, what are you gentlemen drinking right now?
Go ahead.
At the exact present, I am drinking a Monster Zero Ultra. But momentarily, I'm going to have, vodka with either blueberry Waterloo or black cherry Waterloo.
For a second, I thought you were going to say vodka with Pepsi, and I was going to give you a hard time. But nope, I'm good with either of those as long as it's not
We're just
Pepsi.
gonna add the vodka to
No,
that
do they still
monster.
make Pepsi?
Technically, I think Pepsi is still being made. Pinball Princess Jillian, welcome to the stream. And iSkiDoo, what are you drinking this evening?
I'm just drinking no sugar root beer.
Ooh, man, a root beer sounds amazing right now. I could definitely get behind root beer. Hey,
Hold on,
first question
hold
is
on.
it?
I gotta pause.
George and the root beer.
iSkiDoo, say root beer. iSkiDoo, say root beer.
Yes.
I say root.
And that was going to be my question. Is it root or root beer?
I say root.
You say root.
Root.
I say root. Okay, cool. Surreal
But,
and I
mean-
both say root.
I mean, that's like a root is something in the road that you carve.
You carve a root in the
A
road?
rut.
Oh, like a route?
A rut.
Oh, like a rut. Okay. Okay.
Adding a sound in there.
JCar2A, how now brown cow milk stout over here? Ooh, that sounds
How now
amazing.
brown cow milk stout. That
Yeah.
sounds like a tongue twister.
From Aslan Beer Company, mind you. And it looks like Higher Peanut has an Oxford Landing Chardonnay, which sounds so much fancier than it is. I even have to say that a little bit fancier. Ooh, and that's a coffee and maple stout. And it's made from it's funny because root beer and a root, I actually pronounce those differently, even though they reference the same thing. There's something messed up with how I pronounce
What's the
words.
difference between root beer and sarsaparilla?
What's the difference between what?
Root beer and sarsaparilla.
That is an excellent question. Does anybody know the answer to that?
I don't.
Sarsaparilla only exists in Hanna-Barbera cartoons.
You can't. No. You can order sarsaparilla. It's available.
Haven't we ordered it in like New Orleans?
Yeah, New Orleans. There's a place up in the mountains on the way up to Winter Park. There's a bar that you can go to in Idaho Springs. Is that the name of that city?
I think so, something like that.
Yeah, you can do Idaho Springs, and they have sarsaparilla there. What just happened? Oh my God. Joe Hills raiding with a party of 244 beautiful individuals. Welcome, Joe Hills and all of those wonderful people raiding. We have so many followers right now. Everyone, thank you very much. My hat's off to, oh, you can't see the hats off.
Wearing
That
a hat.
I actually am wearing a hat.
Yeah.
Howdy, George. Joe Hill's right here.
Oh my God, and Joe Hills is here. Welcome.
Did you say hi, howdy?
Yes, I think so. Hi, QDL. Oh.
Would you like a drink?
Yeah, I was just about to say, so we have something special set up this evening, but before we start, we were just asking people what they were drinking. Joe Hills, what do you got?
Right now, my glass is empty, but I'm going to head down to the fridge and grab a local Nashville porter called the 44 from Black Abbey Brewing.
Oh my gosh, that sounds fantastic. We're going to follow you. And in following, check this out. You know what? We had this set up. I'll bet you anything it's all timed out. No, look at that. All right, we are ready to make some drinks. Do you guys want to go with us to go make some drinks as well? We'll all go do the drink making thing.
What do you want to drink?
All right, let's do it. Are we starting off with G&Ts this evening?
Do you want G&Ts? Do you
Yes.
want special flavor G&Ts?
Special flavoring sounds fantastic. Let's do that.
All right. Ooh, that's sticky. That is sticky. So what are you thinking? Are you thinking we have peach, we have agave, we have lime, we have a smidgen of grenadine, and
Okay.
you know I'm going to do lavender.
Yeah, you go ahead and do your lavender. Do we have any of the quadruple sec by any chance?
We do not.
Oh, we're all out of quadruple sec.
Do you have any in the
What? It
cabinet?
goes past triple?
No, that is a joke from Dice, who a while back brought out the ideas like triple sec. I feel like you're holding yourself back. Why don't we try quadruple sec? And that is just what I call it now.
Would you prefer grenadine?
Yeah, if you don't mind, I'll do the grenadine. And at the same time, we can watch this awesome color change happen with the Empress Gin. Now, we'll show it to this camera over here. If you are unfamiliar with Empress Gin,
Oh, it's so pretty.
it is so beautiful, and it's also like a deep indigo color, right? But watch what happens when we mix it with...
Mr.
I pulled
G.
out cups. Oh, I'm out of ice. That's going to make it really difficult to make very cold drinks. Thankfully, the tonic is really cold. Sorry, everyone. I forgot about ice. These drinks are going to be less than stellar.
I would have brought ice.
Here, we can...
Who do you call to bring ice? Who
Uh,
do you call to bring ice?
well, there's no Ghostbusters hotline for ice.
Where's Bumper?
Yeah, that's not well thought out.
Can you go to your neighbor's house and borrow a cup of ice?
Well, we would need a lot more than a cup.
I feel like there's an entire plot line in Frozen about like a guy whose whole job it is to deliver ice. Is that something we've given up on as a culture?
Here we go. Here we go. We're just...
Oh, awesome. We have plastic ice cubes. We can use those. Also, I love that, by the way. It wasn't Hans, because Hans was the bad guy. Sorry, spoilers for anyone who hasn't
Kristoff.
watched it. Kristoff was the good guy. We're just going to assume that those have been cleaned at some point in the past couple of years and are very... I obviously clean those frequently, right?
Just throw them in boiling water for 20 minutes. They'll be fine.
They'll be fine, yeah. I wish you all could see Jay-Z's face right now. We could do a little bit of that. It's fine. It's fine. Okay.
I'm not a germaphobe.
Now here is the magic. Watch. We've got this like indigo. It's blue with like a hint of purple, right? And then we've got the Schweppes tonic water.
Schweppes!
And we're going to put that in there and watch what happens. There we go. Now we've got, I don't know if the camera on this phone really grabs the color as well as it should, but that right there turned kind of fuchsia. And I love that about the Empress Gin. And the Empress Gin tastes great.
Quite lovely.
You can watch it again over here.
Ice tray.
And there we go.
Yeah, Higher Peanut has a good idea. You need like underlit, like black
Yes.
light for the cups. Glasses.
Yes, because
Ooh.
tonic glows.
Yeah, I could definitely get behind it, more lighting in the kitchen. Yeah. It's cabbage water. Science, Neoria says. Thank you. Oh, man. Yeah, Mr. Lance, the gin is wonderful. Also, that's just the start, because we can try this evening another... I've got like 4 different gins here, and we're gonna go through all of them, I think. I'm gonna switch this back over to this main.
That's
And
fine.
now-
We don't work or teach tomorrow. Did you add syrups?
I did not. Actually, I'm good without syrup on this first one. You are obviously welcome to go lavender.
Thank you for your permission.
Oh. Knew it was coming.
So wait, are your schools closed tomorrow too?
No.
That's a weird coincidence.
No, they are not. Wait,
Oh, okay.
are your schools closed?
Yeah, so they had extra snow day, and there's like this minor local election, and so the school board was like, "Why don't we just close it for election day?" Okay, yeah. And so like it's not on the main school calendar or anything. So there's like a million emails from the school. Don't bring your kid to school tomorrow because 2 weeks ago the school board decided this, and I know you had no time to plan, but don't bring your kid.
Wow. Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
That's not the kind of thing you can throw last second at adults who have jobs and need to plan weeks ahead of time.
That is, yeah.
Well, it's we're doing it live. It's Nashville,
We'll fix it in
Nashville
post.
disagrees.
Gamora! How could you do this?
How could you do this?
Stupid, traitorous.
Okay.
Traitors.
So first things first, Pinball Princess Jillian asking if the Empress gin is the Ryan Reynolds gin. It's not.
That
But we
is
have.
aviation.
Yep, that's aviation. What just happened? Pinball Network just rated us with a party of 13. The Pinball Network, thank you for bringing 13 beautiful people over here.
You know what that calls for.
Me draining and handing the ball off to you immediately. I don't think I actually did anything. Yeah, 746,000. That's difficult to do.
Don't worry, you'll get it right back.
We'll see how things go here.
Okay. I can't believe you threw away the slippers. Wow.
I don't know how in depth to go in that description there. Pinball Network, that was Frisco Pinball. Frisco, how was the stream and what were you streaming this evening?
I want some information. First, why does everybody seem to walk that on?
And while we're waiting for Frisco to respond over there, Fliptronic, good evening. Jordan, how the heck are you doing? It was Godzilla time and the stream went great. Really good to hear. Also, everyone, if you are not already following, we've got 2 people we got to talk about right now. If you're not already following, where's my chatting view? Oh my gosh, Joe Hills, who rated us earlier. I'd be surprised. That probably is 98% of the people in this chat right now. But if you are not already following Joe Hills, please click the name, click the follow button on Twitch, check him out on Twitter. Super active. You are, by the way, Joe, the single most active person on Twitter that I actually follow and read messages of. I'm not normally a Twitter person, but you're very enjoyable to follow. You and Sammy Higgins, I think, are my 2 big follows.
Oh, thank you. And I see Sammy just came in. Hey, Sammy.
Been here a while, just kind of lurking. Hi.
Oh, hi. And then while we're at it, we also just got raided by... I did not even realize that... No. That is... Frisco Pinball from the Pinball Network. So check out twitch.tv/Pinball Network. Give them a follow. Happen to be a part of it. And that was a raid from Frisco. We have multiple streamers on that channel as well. So Frisco, appreciate it. And definitely go check out the Pinball Network as well. And Sammy, how the heck are you doing? How was the evening? And I know we just talked a few minutes ago about baseball, but how were the Giants?
Evening was okay. Giants are struggling, but that's what happens when everybody has COVID, but otherwise good.
Okay, good to hear. And you were streaming also the Crafts of Minds earlier this evening. How did that go?
It went really well. It was very relaxing. We made some very pretty things.
Awesome. Now, I was multitasking. I love that, by the way, as a term in business now. Like, rather than not
Say
giving
you were
something your
paying
full
attention.
attention, you were multitasking as you were working on something else. In Twitch, I feel like we call it lurking. But you were talking about designing and building something, and it involved a lot of plants. Like, what was the overall design or aesthetic that you were working on?
So
Hello,
it's like
Razor Random.
outdoor storage area, and it's just like a grove of trees that's really pretty and kind of like enchanted. It's, yeah, just for the prettiness.
Okay. Going for aesthetically pleasing. Got it.
Yes.
That's you. Cool.
And burp?
You know, George, I think we
Yes.
could bring in even more of a business term here. Like maybe instead of, not focusing, we could say, like, I was aggressively over synergizing.
Oh man, I like that. I like that a lot. Aggressively over synergizing. That actually reminds me of another acronym I got recently. I'm not sure if anyone here is familiar with the concept of minimum viable product, which is an MVP.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, I was talking about a minute. I'm sorry.
Painfully.
I said
Painfully.
painfully at the moment.
Yeah. So, oh, nice. Thank you so much for the shout outs. Okay, Devin Crates, MVP is a depressing reality. Yeah, okay, so we have a lot of developers in there. So, here's the thing is that MVP is this concept of like, what's the least amount of work we can do to get a product out the door? And the problem is that can sometimes be too much product. Like, what's the next step down from product that relates to like even less effort? And we came up with an MVD, and I'm using this in reality now, which is minimum viable demonstration. So
I love that, and I'm going to use that.
it is now my favorite acronym. Starting at like it was about from 9 until 10:30 p.m. Till it was 8:30 until just shy of when I started streaming last night. Yeah, which was right around 10:30, I think. So I love it. That's one of my new favorite acronyms. MVP is all the rage. MVD, the classic vaporware investment
Good
scam.
Turn, says Devin Crates. Have you worked in the hardware development space?
I have not.
Please, sister. She's
Why do you
That's
ask?
what I'm doing right now.
Are you? Yeah. So there's like multiple stages of developing a piece of hardware, and every stage has like an acronym, and one of the first stages is a DB, and it's a design build, right? So like, does the design work, right? It's just like something. You threw something together. Does the design work?
Does the defense's case hold water?
Yeah. And then after that, then there is the SI build, and that's called the system integration. And so after the design build, and it goes through all the iterations of testing, can you integrate other systems into that design, and will it function, right?
Okay,
Will
does
all
it
the
blend?
different systems function together. And then after that is the PV phase, and that is product validation. So and each of these has several iterations of testing and making sure that everything works, right? And so after the system integration, then you have product validation. And that's basically making sure like the hardware functions, right? You have a viable product.
Okay.
And then after the PV phase, then you have the MV, and that is market validation, and that is, can this thing be mass produced without errors? And all of these go out pre-production to different areas of a large business to make sure that it works. But it all starts with the design build, which is, does this hunk of junk function?
Okay.
Can you build something? Here's an idea. Just like your MVD. Are we talking SDLC? I have no idea what SDLC is, Dr. Curly Tech.
Software development lifecycle?
Yeah, I'm talking computer hardware. Is this medical or government? Princess Julian, this is tech, hardware, tech. I miss online game from Jackbox.
Oh my God. The like OG version of Jackbox games. Has anyone ever played like the non-online version from the mid-90s?
What non-online version?
Yeah, it was fantastic.
It was great. It was just called
Jackbox.
It was just called Jackbox, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know Jack. Thank you. That's what it was. Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember that.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh. It probably describes a bunch of Steam early access games. Yep. What? Oh.
Wait, have we accidentally redeveloped the concept of a proof of concept?
Yep.
Okay.
We're just going in circles.
Well, okay. No. That's a really good question. What's the difference then between, well, I mean, minimum viable product and proof of concept are very different. But when we say something like minimum viable demonstration, how is that different from a proof of concept? And
yeah, that sounds to me like the proof is, we're proving it in the demonstration.
yes.
What's the smallest amount of stuff that you have to show to get people to take out their wallet?
Yes.
That's what it is.
That is exactly it. And for kind of, oh, by the way, there's chat there and there's also bigger chat over here if it's easier. Okay, got it. And that's kind of it. You're trying to get like internal buy-in on something is really what I feel like the MVD is going for. Like nobody wants to put months of effort into something, but like, can we? What do we actually have to do, and what can we just make a facade? And I want to give a really good example of this, which was if you guys remember the concept of image maps from like the early 90s in software development. Is anyone else familiar with that concept?
Yeah, they're maps basically for big, yes, that you can zoom in and out of them. Is that what you're talking about?
Sure, you can zoom in and out, but it's basically like putting drawing an area on a picture that you make a hyperlink. Like it was just an old school way to and you can zoom in and zoom out and do other things with it, but that concept of an image map does still Devin Crates still exists in HTML, and it was one of those moments where I got asked to do. It turns out once we came up with this acronym for MVD that I had been doing MVDs for a client for like 6 years now. Like that is all I do is MVDs, get buy-in, and then hand the idea off to another group to work on. And one of the MVDs I did was the guy I was working with at the time's like, I don't actually need it to go do anything. I just need it to show a picture as though it had gone and done something. Is there a way that I could click like on this little spot of the picture and have it just change the background picture to make it look like it opened up a visualization display? It doesn't actually have to do anything. I'm like, oh wow, that's the level of oh wow, we're not doing anything. There's no software to this. It's just I don't know if the internet even does that kind of thing anymore. And sure enough, I checked it out. It is still there in the HTML5 specification to do an image map where you can draw a polygon or really define coordinates in a polygon and turn that into a hyperlink, which was a fun story about an MVD, or as Joe, you were saying, is it really just a POC at that point?
So going up to
Oh,
here.
going back up.
Dr. Curly Tech says, I hate that minimum viable product is MVP, which is
also most valuable player. Yep, completely agree.
And those things are the opposite. Well, POC means it is stable enough to live in.
Okay. I know for a fact, Surreal, and I'm sure Joe at this point, how many POCs have you done that ended up in production?
On the current project alone that I'm working on, it's 7. And counting.
Yeah, I've never worked in some place with a really formal production pipeline. So, I mean, percentage-wise, like, arguably, a lot of what we were doing is kind of just like, if it works, it works, you know?
I get that.
Although I guess technically the POCs on my end are the unit with wires all over the place that's sitting on my desk that my boss drives over to pick up on his way to the next demo just to show. And then that ends up becoming the new hot thing that we have to put in production immediately.
Nice.
Sorry, you were saying?
Oh, there's a little bit of iteration with that. Sorry.
Well, and I'm imagining it's a little bit different for you, only because you're developing hardware. Like, your goal is likely to have, I'm assuming, the most recent awesome hotness. I think I don't want to go too detailed into what you are actually working with, but I know you do gaming stuff with Manu a bunch, and I imagine it's something like that. So a lot of that has to be very cutting edge. How can we blow people's minds kind of thing? And to me, that is bleeding edge. We just came up with this yesterday. I'm going to show it to a customer tomorrow. And the salesperson, because this is what slimy salespeople do, is they make it sound like it's something they can have out in 6 months without issue.
The reality is, most of the time I'm sitting there thinking to myself, how has nobody done this yet? Because this is so stupid simple. This is not impressive at all. And yet there's a market. There's a niche.
So I'm gonna pause because
we are falling way behind on chat here.
Yeah. Higher Peanut says the one who makes the MVP is the MVP of the investors. Pinball Princess Jillian says, as a manager type that deals with budgets, some things are able to be capitalized through finance, but others are not. Wind Raider says, how we can keep the stakeholders at bay and not have a deadline forced upon us.
Wait, I need to say that a little bit differently. That's more of a frustration, like, as a developer, how can we keep the stakeholders at bay and not have a deadline forced on us? There we go. Now, like, if
you turn
I can just imagine that on a video.
Slack.
Yeah.
Well, it's weird. Surreal always shows us a way, but he's still responding every once in a while.
If you call things better names, they're able to move the cost below the line. And then Devin creates, those he was talking about, or they were talking about the map thingy.
Oh, the image map, yeah. Right, yeah.
Devin Crate says, I learned those in my web
dev diploma years ago. Hey, Devin Crate, same thing. I remember having to do an image map.
Smash. Good, 5G.
Yeah, right?
Ice Skidoo says, please stand by for more pinball content after this brief nerd sidebar from George.
Sorry for nerding out, everyone.
Mr. Lance, image maps work really well for system design. Dr. Curly Tech says, no better proof of concept.
Oh!
Did you get a follow?
No, I'm not. Yes, I did. Nah, that's a sub. Rest in peace, Gilbert Gottfried. Hey, that is Bomped420. Thank you so much for that tier 1 sub. My hat's off to you, and thank you so much for being a subscriber for 2 months. Welcome to the Panic Room. Ad-free viewing for at least some amount of time. It sounds like things are changing quite a bit on Twitch's side, but it's ad-free viewing for right now, and access to cool emotes.
SK, well...
Hey, Squalito, welcome. Usually in operations, POC becomes the new production. Yeah, okay. You can tell who's actually worked in software, I feel like, because that's just, it's so common in the industry to be somebody and say, can you put this together? Does this work? And it just becomes the product, and now you're supporting something that...
Yes. Because like they'll say, can you prove this works? And I'm like, yeah, I'll throw something together on dev. And then they're like, okay, put it on staging so the client can see it works. Okay, it's on staging now. And they're like, okay, great. If it works on dev and staging, you can push it to prod, right? And I'm like, well, it works for this very one specific instance. We don't have like a system for the client to add or change things.
But there
it's
needs
like,
to be
it's all
market
hard
viability.
coded. And they're like, oh, that's fine. Just hard code whatever changes they request for the next 6 months. And I'm like, that's more work for me.
Arthur Pendragon subbing as well. Oh, I can't cut off Gilbert.
Hi.
That's my bad. Arthur, you're amazing. Thank you.
Hi. I hear you, Joe, and the company I work for, I've seen many projects get pushed like that, and also get tanked because there's zero market viability.
Well, so the thing is, though, nothing I was designing was ever a product. I was always designing things that were super custom for small businesses. And so it didn't matter if there was a market fit for anyone else. This business had already decided that they were paying us to design this custom functionality, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
so we had made our money. That we didn't have to prove it to a broader market.
I think it's interesting how often contractors are brought in to, like, way after that point where the concept of market viability isn't there. I feel like, by the way, what you're describing is obviously very, very much a huge part of that process. But as someone who is almost like, I am habitually a contractor who's brought in to basically implement someone else's vision, and that concept is just kind of far removed, or at least is decided on well beforehand, which I imagine, Joe, kind of like what you're describing there. Oh, if it was looked at even at all. Man, that felt really good for a second, though. So, Nitrog, I'm an SRE, and man, POC are making our life hard. They make everyone's life hard, because the POC, it's, let's take out all of the things that make life difficult, like administration, user control, any kind of concept of like entitlements and security, or even good general like software design. It's just get it out the door as soon as possible. Can you make this happen in a week? And you cut all of these corners, and then someone's like, okay, that's great. We need these 3 things added, and you add to it, and it's just one of those. It snowballs into something that was just poorly designed, but it made its way into production, and now you have amassed a ridiculous amount of technical debt.
Just real quick, I do want to point out that POC is an acronym that has multiple meanings, and so you want to be real careful to say about what you say that might get clipped and used out of context, because I know you're talking about proof of concept. But just throwing that out there real quick.
What?
Dalton Pinball says nerds.
Hey, Dalton Pinball.
Choo choo.
What's that?
Chugga chugga choo choo.
Oh wow! Are we in a train? What?
Yeah, Ice Skidoo just
Level
did,
1, 69%.
Nice.
Hip hop pipe train.
A hip hop pipe train?
We might have
Can you break dance for us, George?
I can do a kip up. I cannot break dance.
I can show you a hip hop routine.
Ooh, she is a hip hop instructor.
I teach tomorrow, so I cannot get too snuggered tonight.
I wish I had written a script that was counting acronyms in this chat.
There's a lot of them. I want to see a building.
Jenga.
Oh no, I'm running out of time.
Focus. Higher Peanut says, I want to see a building built like POCs are pushed to product.
If this was Hup Challenge's stream, it'd be a heads up challenge stream.
All right, so I'm going backwards and these questions.
Oh yeah, first question. You're going backwards. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, I thought the first question is what is an MVP?
Well, that was organic. We just got there.
That's what she said. What is something that is popular that baffles you? Let's go with Ice Q-Doo.
All right, some of your question cut out with the flipper noise. Can you repeat it?
Oh, sorry, the mic fell into my shirt. What is something that is popular that baffles you? Like skinny jeans, anime.
By the way, it's the fact that it is popular is what's baffling. Like you
Wait,
might
are either of those things popular? I'm worried now. I don't know what is popular.
skinny jeans.
Have you been to?
This is a
have
real
you been to
danger
Hot
on this
Topic
stream, Joe.
lately?
I'm gonna say the Kardashians.
That's not
Perfect.
bad.
Yeah. Fair. Arthur Pendragon says Pogs.
Pogs have gotten really popular recently.
Riding.
Fliptronic is still on. Fliptronic was running a Pog tournament here just recently at MGC.
Yeah. Ice Ski-Doo, do you have anything?
That was Ice Ski-Doo.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, surreal?
Oh, the Kardashians.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
surreal.
Was there 2 parts?
That's my short-term memory failing.
Okay.
I'm not
Surreal.
certain that this is popular again yet, but I was having this conversation with my wife. Apparently the mullet is coming back.
It is. It is coming back with a vengeance.
That
Yeah,
baffles the
like-
hell out of me. And I guess Danny McBride is the sole responsibility for that.
Like, it started out as like an ironic thing, and then it just like backslid into Nitrog says it never left Australia. There's a place that holds a mullet festival every year, says Democrats. Arthur Pindragon says ask Jack Danger.
About the mullet, yep.
Yeah, he does have a mullet. Yeah, my kid legit like shaved the sides of his head and was rocking like it looked like a super wide mohawk, but like very mullet-esque.
It's still party in the back, huh?
Yeah, it's like Billy Ray Cyrus.
Okay.
I guess I've been out of the loop, Mr. Lance.
Did it just achy break your heart when you saw that?
Yeah. Joe, what is popular that baffles you?
You know, I was gonna say Facebook. Like, I don't know how they're still hanging on. Like,
I'll get on board with that answer too. That's a good one.
I just don't get it.
Ball save. Not only that, I just saw the article that came out today where somebody no, it wasn't a previous employee. It was an active employee. No, it was some hacked or hacked or somehow an internal document at Facebook was released where they admitted that they actually don't know what happens to our data at all. So
There was somebody higher up. I was listening to on NPR at Facebook that they just said they don't care. Like, it's just so big. Like, they don't care. They can't.
I don't know which is worse.
Like, they don't know or they don't care.
Yeah.
Imaginary, that Sigma, Theta Sigma, welcome to the stream. First chat says, I'm baffled Twitter is so possible. I'm kind of in the same boat about Twitter, but yeah, I don't know what to do or why Facebook is still the way it is.
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat.
I've got an explanation, but Sammy, well, maybe before. Hold on. I was in a business meeting where we talked about types of companies, tier 1, 2, and 3 companies, and companies that make themselves essential for other companies to operate. So like Microsoft is a tier 3 company where other companies depend on Microsoft to function, right? Many other companies, it's just...
Oh, you're talking about a pyramid scheme.
No, not a pyramid scheme. Like
Does anybody want to do the office thing about where you draw? Continue, please. Sorry.
yes,
A
Microsoft.
reverse funnel system.
Yeah, it's just like I know. Like remember when we had the antitrust laws? But Facebook has made itself by doing the whole thing where do you want to log into this thing by using Facebook? Has made itself indisposable by linking itself to so many other web services that they stay. And so many other companies, I've gone to cancel my subscription to Facebook so many times, but there's so many other things that I do that they're like, oh, do you have a Facebook account? Sorry, we use Facebook. That's how you need to get a hold of us. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? So, yeah, that's how. Sammy, what is popular that baffles you? Sorry, that was my answer.
Mine would probably be fantasy sports because I don't want to add hours of work onto the thing that I watch for entertainment, and also add the depression of losing money on top of the depression of your favorite sports team losing. So I just don't see the appeal.
I read something once that said fantasy sports is like Dungeons and Dragons for jocks.
I think that's fairly accurate.
I don't think so. I feel like you get something out of D&D, which I've never played, but I feel like you get an experience out of it, whereas I feel like playing fantasy sports just cheapens the experience of watching sports because you're not enjoying it. You're rooting for a specific player to do a specific thing to benefit you that day. And I feel like it cheapens the whole experience of enjoying sports because you're not enjoying it at that point.
It feels like achievement hunting in video games can kind of be the same thing, where it's you're not even worried about the actual natural flow of the game anymore. You're worried about this specific task or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like a redirect of your attention.
I have a potentially controversial question about this.
Go ahead.
What if you're disinterested in the first place?
And you get into
And
fantasy
sports makes it fun that you would otherwise not care about what's going on.
I've heard that argument.
Literally
say-
me.
Coming from the perspective of somebody who writes about sports, not for a living, but professionally,
Probably you,
the industry is shifting towards being directed specifically to fantasy sports players. You're supposed to be covering the odds and just creating these articles aimed at fantasy sports players. But and maybe that's what's popular, I guess, but it's just it's to me it's kind of grating, and it kind of I don't know. It's kind of
That I could
demeaning
see
to the
being
sport.
annoying for sure.
Yeah, I don't have anything against anybody that plays it. I just don't understand the appeal.
I get that.
Yeah, no, it's baffling.
It is definitely baffling.
We're here.
We're there. I gotta skip down really quick because Imaginary Theta Sigma says, I don't think you have to pay money for D&D either. Except that the books are expensive.
They are very expensive.
And nobody just buys the books. You've got to buy 6,000 dice. And then you also have to buy 50 different minis. And then all of the paints and the cool paintbrushes to paint them.
$200 worth of snacks every time.
There you go, the snacks.
You can buy pre-painted minis.
True. Skido, sorry, you were saying?
I said, speaking of Dice, I wonder where he is.
Yeah, where is Dice?
Oh, yeah.
He's still touring?
Oh, he might be on another weed tour binge.
Yeah, wasn't he doing the United States and then out of the country?
Oh, yeah, he may have. Ha! Arthur Pendragon, the modules and
He
then
stopped by
the graph
Saturday
paper.
for a while.
So after Arthur Pendragon said, I know, right? Homeostasis is easier to stay where you are.
Okay.
Devin Crate says, too big to fail idea. Yes, that was the, they've embedded themselves in everything.
Oh, right. Fantasy sports is like betting, but nerdier. Well, so I do not like watching. You're gonna get a ball save there.
Tried to
You're
dead
good.
flip them.
Going
Or dead
back to
bounce.
that on the fantasy sports, I don't like watching football. Like I can't. It doesn't keep my focus. But I got into fantasy, and suddenly I went to bars with like 8 different televisions, and I spent way too much time figuring out my fantasy lineups, and I was winning tournaments and using all of my cool data analytics skills from building all kinds of visualizations for companies to seemingly do things, and it got me into it for like 6 or 7 years, where I would be in
Years?
yeah, seriously, 6 or 7
See,
years.
I understand why gambling is appealing to people and why things that make you feel like you're being rewarded for your skills are appealing to people. But like, I don't know, for me, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, if I'm gonna gamble, I want to gamble on myself. I'm going to invest money into my weird hobbies and see if I can make cool art. And like, you know, it's like, how do you take that sort of instinct and direct it towards something that might still just lose you a ton of money, but was maybe a less destructive hobby? I don't know. Because like, I don't know, I don't like laws that stop people from doing stuff that make them happy, but I could really see how gambling could be a real problem for some people, and it makes me uncomfortable.
You know, I come
it
from a
is.
family with a history of gambling issues too, so I've always kind of avoided it like crazy. Like I like to gamble just for like if I'm going to a casino or whatever, I'll take like $20 or $100 or whatever, and I'll just play as long as I can play, and I just enjoy playing the different games, and I'm good with that. Like I'm not expecting to get money. But I feel like the danger comes from people that like expect to win every time, and that's so.
Yeah. If you're gonna go gambling, you should take what you're comfortable not bringing home.
That's key. Every time I go to Vegas, it's okay, this money I'm losing. Assume I'm losing.
Your
it.
assumption should be that you're going to pay this amount of money to sit and have quote unquote free drinks at a table.
Sister, please.
I
That's
think
what I miss about
NFTs are kind of baffling to me too. The crazy.
That is what I said.
Oh damn it! I wish I had thought of that
100%.
one. That's great.
100.
That's the answer of the night. Wow.
Yeah, that was
NFTs.
really good.
And I'm
said
really
that at
like
the bar.
intrigued and disturbed by the amount of pro athletes that get sucked into that whole scheme. Like everywhere you look, especially basketball players are getting like really into the world of NFTs, and it's like who has decided that that is their target demographic? Because we're smart, but it's also kind of scary.
Yes.
Well, I think it's actually a really good move if you're trying to scam people who are already like people who are watching sports for the fantasy element and the gambling elements that you mentioned earlier are more like to gamble on an NFT. So
That
you go
is
to a
a
professional
good point.
athlete and you say, "Hey, we'll pay you to pretend to buy an NFT. We'll give you the cost of the NFT. Let's say it's $300,000, and then we'll pay you $100,000 to buy it, and then you just give it back at the end."
That is a really, really good point, Joe.
Yep.
Arthur Pendragon, the female voice on chat is Sammy. Hi, Sammy.
Yes,
I can
that's
never
Sammy.
remember if it's 2 G's or
And you
one.
can-
I'm trying
and you
to
can follow her at Sammy Higgins.
say something in chat, Sammy.
Oh, sorry, I have not yet tonight. Sorry about that. Hello.
The higher
She
peanut
and
says it's a
JoJo's
new wave
all-
of pyramid schemes, which is NFT.
Yes.
It is. And like, I understand, like, okay, there are some people who in the pandemic had a hard time financially. There are others who are like, oh man, I didn't go on vacation or buy a car for an extra 3 years. What can I spend this on? Oh wow, this NFT thing seems great. I've got an extra 300,000. I don't need to ask my wife. My favorite basketball player said it's great. But it's really
Imagine
just
spending an extra $300,000 and choosing to spend it on a picture that you do not own that is like mediocre at best.
You're buying a hyperlink, but I'm more curious about how many people do you know that just have an extra $300,000?
No,
sorry.
I
Game
don't.
Club Central
My
said
point, though,
I
is that somebody clearly does, or they wouldn't be getting
I
scammed.
like turtles.
Well, those are the investors.
Probably the
I'm-
equivalent of registering to own a star.
I'm
Aw.
impressed that Jake Kersa says I live in Vegas and I've only ever gambled $5. And then Game Club Central said I prefer buying turtles. I like turtles.
I like turtles.
I'm sorry, Joe. Do you own a star? Did I offend you?
Oh, I'm sorry, Joe.
No, I don't own a star.
Oh,
No,
I thought you
that
said,
was me.
oh,
I always
It's a
like the
quaint
idea.
gift idea.
It is.
And you're not going to be out $300,000.
Where does
I don't
the money
think
go
that was
when
me.
you buy a star?
I was muted.
It was
I don't
it
know,
was
if
me.
it's one of those white dwarfs that turn into diamond. You might be.
What is that thing on your head?
A hat?
No, there was I don't know, a thing on your head.
There's
It was like
a circular overlay over your head for a
There
little
was
bit.
a
Thanks for the
circular-
Somebody just
bits,
chipped-
Marty.
yeah.
It's bits.
Oh, it was Game Club Central.
Oh, okay, with the bits. Hey, Game Club Central,
there's
thank
Dice.
you.
Nice!
Marty,
Hello!
how are you doing? How are things? By the way, Game Club Central
Nice.
has another really cool virtual battle, I think, planned for. Was it next week or later this week? Marty, what's the date on your pinball battle?
I like how Nightbot said, "Good morning, Dave."
Good morning,
I was just asking about you, Dice. Welcome.
Hi, Dice, welcome.
Saturday? Who told you?
It was
Game
Sat-
Club Central.
He may have posted about it on the Discord.
Are you outing him?
Yes. Judge Dredd battle to the death at 9 p.m. EST, 7 p.m. Mountain, just in case you happen to be in Mountain, 6 p.m. Pacific.
Thank you.
Did Ice Scooter give us a rave?
Did
I
we get a
didn't see the
rave?
I didn't see the lights change.
I saw the lights change.
Ice
You took
Scooter,
on
can I?
Podcast about
You're
Wisconsin's
concentrating too
most
hard on the
infamous
screen,
serial
so you don't
killers.
see the surroundings.
Ice Scooter, can I call you Brian Boitana?
Call me what?
Can I call you Brian Boitana?
Brian Boitano, sure.
Yeah, what
I
would
do?
Brian Boitano do?
He's a
Someone
famous
say my
water
name?
skier. Okay, call him Easy Bake, says Game Club Central.
Get up there.
Devin Crate says, you know what's more fun? Spending the vast quantity of money to commission an artist for custom artwork. Raise
Yeah,
your
like
hand
art
says-
that would actually be good.
Yeah. All right.
And, yours.
Next question. Y'all ready for it? I'm going Sammy first this time. You ready, Sammy?
Sure.
What was the first slow dance song you danced to?
Oh my
Ooh,
god.
this was my question. I'm so happy with this.
Oh my god. Okay. It would have been 90. I
feel like we need to
legitimately
play
cannot
90s
remember anything before I was 12.
Okay.
So
I know. I just like preteen years. That's where we were. Like, in our
right.
headspace.
I'm trying to remember what was even on the radio in like 1998.
Yeah, I'm having the same problem because, like, I'm sure that it was very meaningful to me at the time, but like, I think it was probably one of those songs like, even when I dream of you, the sweetest dreams will never do, cause I miss you, baby, or something
And
like
I
that.
don't want
The
I don't know.
first one that. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I don't want to miss a thing, but no, it's fine.
The first one I
Okay.
can remember is
I hope
Usher's "You Got It Bad," but that was not the first. That's just the only one that's coming to
got
mind.
it bad when you're on the phone and you hang up. And you call right back. I only dance on tables after tequila, says Game Club Central.
Well,
I
okay.
hope you dance.
I'm gonna go
by
Boys to Men for me, and I don't remember the song, but I remember putting
I'll
my hand on
make
a.
love to you.
on a girl's
Like
butt
you
for the
won't
first
make
time.
you.
No.
That memory of the booty just
Well,
like
the memory
made you
of how
drain.
awkward it was to be like, do I move the hands down? Do I move them up like you move it down a little bit? And you kind of gauge and like, is this? Am I within the realm of? Is this bothering you? Yeah, and you just slow and yep.
Did I ask for consent?
Eventually, she just grabbed my hand and moved it down, which was great. Her name was Tara. Wow, I can't believe I just pulled that back. I don't remember her last name.
I think I need to like Facebook Jeff and ask him because that was in 1994. It was Jeff McFarlane.
And you don't remember the song?
But
Okay.
I'm still Facebook friends with him because our families are friends from Catholic school, Catholic church, all that jazz.
Okay. All right. Who else has a first dance song?
But I'm sure it was, and I swear by the sun and the moon in the sky, I'll be there. Ow!
Oh, sorry. Are you not wearing shoes?
No, I'm wearing the socks you gave me.
Oh, okay.
Do they look familiar? Are you making drinks?
Yeah. Do we want
Nice.
to break to make more drinks? Does anybody else need drinks?
Refill!
This question upsets
I'll
me
go get a refill.
because
Surreal.
it
Why
makes
does
me
this-
realize that I am ancient compared to all of the rest of you fetuses,
I'm not a fetus.
and that I absolutely remember what the first slow dance was that I ever had, and it was
What
the,
was
Did
it?
Buddy
What
Holly
was it?
perform it live?
no, it wasn't fucking Buddy Holly.
It was Buddy Holly?
It was
No.
the Bangles,
Oh.
Eternal
What?
Flame.
Oh.
Came out in 1988.
That's a good one.
I don't know who that is.
What?
Tara
Sorry.
Strong
They were like
the Bangles
a
or
football
Buddy
team in
Holly?
Chicago.
The Bengals.
Oh my God.
Oh no!
Jay.
But did you marry your high school
Cartoon.
sweetheart? Is that why it's so memorable?
God damn it! I did.
Well, there you go.
Aw.
That is a big
Sweet.
That's awesome.
Casey and JoJo all my life.
That's probably like earlier than the other one that I said, because I'm sure that was involved as well.
At some point, I'll go into the whole saga that is my eventual marriage. But my wife was dating my best friend when we were teenagers, and I fell in love with her. This is a real
See?
healthy situation.
No, it happens.
But then I ended up marrying her, and it was great.
It worked
is.
out in the end.
Yes. I win.
I
You
go
win.
That's why.
ancestors.
And that's why you can remember it so vividly.
Yeah.
Let's do monkey.
You want to do monkey? Okay. Chat, does chat agree? We have 3 different gins here. This is a local gin called Ancestors Distilling. Wasn't my favorite. This is Ryan Reynolds' gin, which is
Ooh,
Aviation.
Aviation.
Or we
I
have
did not
Monkey
see,
47,
you're
which
not centered. I didn't see aviation.
oh, sorry, Aviation.
If you were gonna make a drink called the Deadpool with the aviation gin, how would you do it?
Oh,
He would do it with gobs of grenadine.
This is such a good one. All right.
Doesn't The
Let's-
Rock have a gin? And what is that called?
No, the Rock has tequila.
It's
called
and
paper.
Called Timana.
Or
Rock has
scissors. It's called scissors.
He has a tequila and it's called Timana.
Oh, tequila. Okay.
George, I made ice.
You made ice?
I made ice. There's an ice tray in your freezer.
Well, it can't be that
not-
cold yet.
They're not
Maybe.
yellow.
Old
are they?
school technology on him.
No, I sure did. Sammy, I'm so excited you're coming out. I'm so excited.
I know,
And
it's
you
gonna
know-
be so much fun.
Like, my whole family that's in Lompoc are Giants fans. So,
Really?
yeah!
That's awesome.
That, like, they're all, like, huge Giants fans. So, yeah. Like, your esteem went higher. And I'm not even facing the camera. I should face the camera.
You're not, I can't see you.
Yeah, like, you see, like, my little flippies in the back.
Ah. I mean, now I'm waving, but you can't see me. But you know,
Oh.
it's
I'm like,
the
she should be
spirit
on the
that
camera.
counts.
Okay, so the Deadpool drink, we're gonna add some craziness here. First things first, we're gonna throw some pineapple juice in here.
Oh,
Gotta have some
Ryan.
grenadine.
Where's the Tabasco?
Gotta have
No.
grenadine.
You think, okay, it needs some
Oh,
grenadine,
I
got
love
it.
those pineapple juices.
Gotta have a good reddish
they're
hue.
so good.
Okay, there's that.
Dice
Good.
says Phil Collins soundtrack.
More
The
cowbell,
guy
says
that
Game
did-
Club Central.
Oh my
was a
gosh.
lot.
I really want to do a more
Looking very
cowbell
Deadpool.
costume for Halloween. I really want to like go to Expo and just like dress up as Will Ferrell in his cowbell stuff and just like walk around with a cowbell.
We can
and
make
just,
like a
ding,
group
ding,
like
ding,
joke out of it.
Yeah, I really do. And I need somebody to be Christopher Walken. Did I hear somebody say?
That's a tall
"More
order.
Cowbell.
Ooh, I know what we're making
And
next
I
too
will
because
just,
we've
like,
got
run
Joe
up
on
and
the
jump
stream.
and just like.
It's hard to look like Christopher Walken, but everybody's got an impersonation of Christopher Walken.
I mean, all
seems
you
like.
need to do is like slick your hair back and wear like the aviator sunglasses and like a leather jacket and some like bell-bottom jeans. I got a fever. The hard part is getting the chimichanga properly muddled for the Deadpool drink.
Amazing
says-
presentation, George.
Thank
Yes. Like
Oh,
extra
oh.
points for style.
I
Even
could
though
put-
I'm seeing that like 5 seconds later.
Yeah.
Did you? Okay, what are we doing here?
We're gonna cheers. Here we
Okay.
go. This is the Deadpool drink. You seem very hesitant to try the Deadpool drink.
You need to hashtag this feed so Ryan Reynolds pays attention to you.
It's not hemlock, is it?
Oh wow.
Did you take note
Man.
of the ingredients?
Yeah, that was pineapple, grenadine, almond whipped cream, tonic, and aviation gin. Yeah,
Ooh.
What's the verdict?
that was really good. Grenadine and
Nice.
pineapple go so well together.
Is it just lovely?
That is lovely. Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with that.
Dice
It was
is
A
pretty-
wild dice has appeared.
Yeah, Dice has just joined us.
Dice.
Howdy,
Nice!
I decided I'd grab a lozenge and jump in.
Welcome.
Oh, are you
About to
sick?
get dicey.
Lozenge.
Ricola.
Oh, this is my turn.
I drooled.
Don't do that. It's that good though,
It's
That's an endorsement.
right?
it's Hold on.
Waiting in, was it bated breath? Bated. Oh, I hear cake. Barely. It's very
So-
quiet in the background. Wow, yeah.
Hear or taste?
I have the nose of the almond, but then like the citrus is like on the front of my tongue. I don't really get the grenadine, which is pomegranate.
Maybe you need a splash of amaretto for the almond, please.
Oh my god.
No.
Oh
yeah.
my god.
No.
Good idea.
No.
Yes.
No. The whipped cream on the nose.
George is like, I'm all about it.
Yep.
Okay, so
This is science.
what color does this taste like?
It tastes like orange. Wait,
Interesting.
how much amaretto? I just put in a tiny bit.
That's-
Do I need more?
No, no.
No, that's plenty.
Yeah, just a splash like you did the first time.
Or
Okay.
just dump another 4 ounces in it. Why not?
What was
Don't listen
that?
to Surreal.
What was that drink that you like made?
Oh,
when
now
you
it's
put all
getting
the
weird. He's
sodas?
mixing.
Oh my. Oh no.
This is like a dead Deadpool.
This looks
Yeah,
like
it's-
that egg drink from that one stream.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No,
Did you
I
say egg
introduced
drink?
him to the egg drink. So I,
This is
you
called.
Oh no,
Remember-
what have I done?
This is
Have
called
you
someone
ever-
peed in the Deadpool.
Turtles. Ugh.
do you remember
Someone
being
peed
a
in the
kid
Deadpool.
and,
Okay,
like-
so this is the Deadpool cement mixer.
Yeah. Do you remember like
Oh,
being a
here comes
kid
the
and
eggs.
like making something and you like thought it tasted like amazing and your parents were like,
Oh, Jay-Z. Wow.
Still to this
The
day.
amaretto finished it all. Like, yeah. The amaretto's where it's at.
I would like to propose that if you made a worse version of the Deadpool, you call it the Captain Deadpool.
Okay. Okay, I kind of like that.
Just so you know, if I vomit, I'm in your bed tonight.
Okay, got it.
Now, finish chewing your drink.
Yes. Come on.
Just put some coconut flakes in there.
Oh my god, coconut flakes.
I'm kidding.
And what do you think?
Oh, the cottage cheese
We
presentation.
can't see her face.
Yeah, there we go.
She has
And?
a mustache.
That's not so much an endorsement.
I know, I'm just
Oh.
waiting for her to say, that was amazing.
I think
Okay.
you're waiting a while.
Oh, yeah. I think that's a no.
Get a bucket. Thank you,
do you
Game Boy.
remember ever making
No sprinkles,
food for
Marty.
your parents as a
Sprinkles are for
child?
winners.
And be
Ooh,
like,
sprinkle
yes,
down.
you love
Sprinkle
it. And he was like, Georgie, go to bed.
Just make sure you change the scene. We don't want to see her thoughts like spread across the pinball glass.
Can I just say this is the car wreck of Monday nights that I've been missing?
Yes. Please say that all you want to.
Hey, where did Chester Chicken go?
Not important. We really don't need that screaming.
Hey,
Hey,
Game Club
I
Central
guess
like
that
sprinkles.
we get specific requests for Mr. Chester Chicken.
I don't think anybody specifically.
I do request you bring back the dart gun.
Oh, that can happen.
I feel like this is a conversation that's happening later.
There is the dart gun is a really bad idea. Oh my god. That is so loud.
It is not
That is
loud.
so
You're
loud.
just very self-conscious.
I almost drained.
That's what she said.
Game Club Central +1.
George,
Yeah.
I feel like we need to see the rubber chicken in the oven cam.
Yeah, guys, I need your help with chat, keeping up with it.
So how's everyone doing tonight?
Really well.
Can't you tell, Dice?
I'm
right.
still pretty high from that podcast, so no.
Okay, well,
Whoa. Is it a pot?
at least 50% of us are pretty drunk, so...
Yeah, George, I was on like a 5.5-hour podcast about Wisconsin's most infamous serial killers.
Oh yeah, Porgy,
What?
what did we do this weekend?
What place did you get, Dice?
Hold on. I am in a
Did they get you, Dice? Did they get you to admit to anything on here?
You never admit to anything. You know what they say, denial's not just a river in Utah.
Nayo, haha.
To answer your question, as I said earlier, I am just lovely.
I was a little confused by the question asked me, what do you mean by place them together?
If you
Sorry,
just
say
ask the question, it's cutting out when George is flipping crazy.
I'm so sorry.
say that
The
again,
flipping
Dice.
is so bad.
There's a lot of flipping and a lot of...
Someone asked me what place I got, and I was confused about the direction.
I was curious what place of serial killer you got in Wisconsin.
Can I lower the mic?
Ed Gein.
Maybe I misunderstood the whole point of the podcast. I don't know.
Ed Gein was from the Janesville area. You had classic Dahmer in Milwaukee, and I went into some of his more lascivious details.
You just drained all your balls.
It's all good.
All right, everybody. What is your favorite box of cereal to kill?
To kill, do you mean just like eat
Yeah, like
4
you're
or
just
5
gonna be
bowls
like,
in
I
a
want
row?
one box. I'm just gonna go crazy on that box. What are you gonna?
Marshmallow
Oops,
Fruit
all
Loops?
Crunch
No
Berries.
question. Oh, that's it. But a whole box would tear up the roof of your mouth to a point where you wouldn't be able to taste anything spicy for a week.
There's marshmallow fruit.
Sure, I would.
I'd say Boo-Berry, but I haven't seen it in stores in 30 years.
Oh my gosh,
It-
Target brings it back every Halloween.
Yes,
Yeah, they
really
come
good
back
with
with
Target men.
seasonally.
Oh, I have to go to Target.
You could probably order it on eBay right now.
Because
Oh.
it is made year-round, it's just not available nationwide year-round.
So in
So it's like the McRib.
Yeah.
Seasonal.
Yeah.
Yeah, seasonal.
But good.
Okay.
Mr. Lan says peanut butter Captain Crunch, the whole box.
Oh,
Arthur
man.
Dragon says grape nuts.
Grape nuts? No!
Hey.
Grape nuts.
Grape
on ice
nuts.
cream is awesome.
Grape nuts on top. Yes! Grape nuts on top of chocolate ice cream is amazing.
No. Grape nuts always
Fight me.
need to have something else added. I agree that it's not a bad base, but
So, I want to clear everybody, just clear something up. Guys, I'm Dance Panda. I said hi. So, Game Club Central.
Good morning, Griseldi.
Arthur Pendragon. I'm Dance Panda. I dance for a living, or at least for my gym membership.
George dances for a living
with
too.
that
He just
purple
doesn't-
poop.
What? Did you say poop or boob?
yes.
Yeah.
I beat Dice to it. Did it get stuck up there? It did.
Cinnamon Life. Oh my gosh.
Cinnamon
I
Life is
love
pretty
life.
awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, Surreal. Do you have
Yes.
Amazon?
You mean am I aware of the existence of Amazon?
Do you have Amazon Prime?
I do have Amazon Prime, yes.
Well, there you go. If you click that link, you could have a box of blueberry for under $4.
Oh, is it from 30 years
There you
ago?
go, ice skating.
No.
But 30 years ago,
It'll-
it's when the good chemicals were in it.
It'll
Do
most
they-
likely have a
That's what I'm saying. That's when we had leaded gasoline.
good date.
Leaded.
Your
Well,
grapes
I
had
think
leaded paint on them.
I don't think Amazon can sell expired cereal, but if they do, you
What's-
probably get your money back.
Interesting.
They just have to
What?
call it vintage.
What's the
Vintage.
weirdest job y'all had?
Yes, this is a fine cereal from '83.
Whoa. You can't ask what's the weirdest job you've all. That's not even. Thank you for that. That's. Oh my god.
I'm gonna add one to my subscribe and save that's coming May 11th.
Oh, that sounds good. I'm going to be getting mine Thursday.
Nice.
So was Guardians
So that means
of
you
the Galaxy
probably
a
can't
comic
add to
book?
this one, but it might come next month if you do
And
the
did
subscribe and save.
Star-Lord look anything like Chris Pratt?
He didn't not look like Chris Pratt, but like when he's wearing his mask in the movie, it's almost perfect to the second time that Guardians of the Galaxy was done. So I have the #1 comic from it was like, I think it was 2010 series that they did, or maybe early 2000 series, which was the second time that the Guardians came up.
Can I see it?
It is, no, I
Thank
don't
you,
think I
Marty.
have it here.
Oh, it's available.
Marty, the thing that I would hope for the most is the bowl that has the straw on the side of it, which, by the way, I think is the most disgusting invention ever. But
Yeah, no.
every once in a while, you would get in a bowl of cereal in the 80s.
Tell them the fun fact that Jess taught us about the milk.
Oh, that you need to drink the milk after you're done with cereal to get all of the health benefits of the cereal, because they spray on all of the
Right,
nutrients, and it falls off into the milk. So if you don't drink the milk, you don't get the nutrients.
So
I feel like we've
been eating and had
we've had-
the whole time.
Sorry, go ahead.
So I could have been skipping eating, and I could have just had that spray this whole time.
Yes, exactly. Yep.
You just
like
soak it in
Soylent
milk,
Green.
dump out the cereal, and drink the milk.
Well, as I was telling George on, I think it was Discord, that I have a new coffee creamer I found called Hostess Twinkie Creamer, which is weird. And another one was
what?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and that was actually quite good.
No way, says Dr.
Devin
Curly
Crates,
Tech.
in the 80s, we had a Rocky Road ice cream cereal.
Ow.
Rocky Road ice cream cereal. Mhm. We had Mr. T cereal too.
Oh my God.
That was just Captain Crunch without the berries.
I feel like we've discussed this before at some point, but
Yeah, less of a reaction to
does
that.
anybody else pour in the milk and then do a layer of cereal?
Yeah.
So
No,
that
it's
the
already-
cereal-
Oh yeah, we
You're
talked
right.
about that.
Yeah. My friend taught me that. I was like, "What are
Yeah.
you doing?"
It's
Yeah,
amazing.
And I was
Yeah,
like,
it
"Okay."
makes the cereal less soggy.
Those are the same people that put a a spoon in the bowl before they put the soup in?
So, gluten-free Lucky Charms, but it makes my poop green. It's not fun. That's
I'm having a hard time hearing Janelle.
Is the sound cutting out for anyone else?
Janelle,
Yes.
can you like move your mic a little bit? Because your voice is getting
I said
kind
gluten-free Lucky Charms.
There you go.
Yep.
You're
Isn't
still
that
cutting
just marshmallows?
No, it's gluten-free cereal.
Oh.
It's gluten-free
Oh, wait.
cereal.
Oh, it's
I'm
like
gonna-
a whole version that has no gluten.
you turn me
It's
down?
interesting.
No, I'm
I
going to
haven't seen
turn
that.
Janelle up a bit because you speak very quietly.
I'm not quiet. I'm just not.
You can actually see
loud.
that my normal
Game
volume
clip,
is
quarter
like
of a point for that
6 dots above you.
You're loud.
I can only imagine what gluten-free cereal is like.
Ah, oh my! I needed you to say it in order for me to understand it. That was great. Game Club Central. Just I'm not saying that. You can read it.
What?
What?
Talking to your Cleava gay.
I think Lucky Charms is just naturally gluten-free. Is that
It's
true?
I don't know, but they have a lot of gluten-free Lucky Charms. Is it my turn?
It's your
I know
turn.
that a lot of cereals got on the gluten-free board train there, like 10
Yeah,
years
'cause
back. They started labeling it, even though it was always gluten-free.
Yeah, cause like oats, right, are gluten-free, and if
Yeah,
they
it's an
make
oat
them-
cereal with marshmallows. So I think it's just
It's-
naturally gluten-free.
Yeah,
Well, no,
there's not enough that
oats
are
have
gluten-free in my
gluten in
opinion.
them.
Game Club, you're on fire tonight.
Yeah, seriously, Game Club, nicely done.
Where do
I
I,
love
go
nice
to get my
glutes.
Lucky Charm free gluten?
Notice
Do you
not
have a
all
link
Lucky.
for that, Ice Skidoo? Can we get that on Amazon?
What? Lucky Charms?
Gluten-free Lucky Charms.
Well,
I
the
love
standard.
this. My wife's gonna watch me open 9 packages of cereal. Sorry.
It's probably the most affordable price for you.
Higher Peanut, the gluten and lactose are delicious. I can't agree with you more, and it sucks every day because those are the two things I feel like I really can't eat. Why? Why with my nose?
The best part of those is the diabetes, though.
Yeah.
Diabetes.
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 You never need to walk anywhere again.
Nor can you.
Well, if you want to put it.
Hi ho silver, away! Oh my gosh.
What is happening in the background?
Somebody has had evidently just enough.
Tighten your arms to your side
We've all had tea
tighten your arms to your
martinis.
so she can't reach through there.
Oh my gosh. I'm about to start. Now, on the flip side, we have
The flip side.
on the flip side. So
How is that not the name of a pinball Twitch channel? The Flip Side. What up, it's your boy Dog at the Flip Side. We're out of Seattle.
That's what happens
y'all
when you take my chicken away.
Flipside does. Oh my. That's the name of the pinball location in Loveland, really?
That would be the pinball-based spin-off of the Twilight Zone. You have now entered the flip side.
Now I want to do a series of skits for the next time they do like the Twippies or something that are just like imagine, and it's just like these weird Twilight Zone-esque things.
Put a coin in if you win.
Now, hurry up and finish your drink so that way we can make the next one, which, by the way, was recommended by Joe. All right, we're good. Joe, you
The
recommend.
next one is chonky.
Wait! Did you get the sweet tea vodka and Sundrop?
I did. I am good. So
I'm
sorry.
telling you, George. I was like, it's coming up on 1 a.m. here. I gotta call it a night. But you know what? You have given me my second wind. Okay, I'm
Yes.
sticking around for the sweet tea and Sundrop.
So, Joe.
This is the content that George provides.
Joe, Joe,
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
gonna be in Tennessee at the first week of second week of June.
Why are you looking at me? I don't know.
I sent you the thing.
I'm not your calendar's keeper.
Biscuit.
Maybe you should be.
Evidently, I should. Oh my god.
Just ding your phone. Hey, George.
Yeah. Okay. We are ready to make this other drink. Let's make this happen. So we're gonna hit. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know. Are we? Here, let's do it. So we're going over. We lost the second camera again. Joe, you gotta check this out.
Get a heat-resistant camera.
It's
Should we
not.
open the door. It's snowing today.
No. It's not. It is snowing, right?
They
Yeah, it
said
hit 30 some odd
like
degrees.
chance of snow.
All right,
No,
you
in
guys,
May.
you guys dial 9-1, and when I say hit the other one. Oh!
It was when I was there. I stopped in Denver for a layover on my way to Tennessee last time, and it was like a high of 20 degrees, like the highest temperature. And I walked outside thinking I knew what to expect. No, I was not prepared for that.
Sammy.
George, wash out that glass for the love of God.
It has.
Your first 20-degree day.
It's nasty, surreal.
There we go. It's washed-ish, mostly. Oh my god.
Mostly. Okay.
Lazy.
Okay, so we have.
Somebody
wash them at
just
night,
tone
mostly.
me and say like
Mostly.
Jay-Z in a dad
It's
tone.
rinsed.
Just somebody say
It's rinsed.
Jay-Z like a dad to me.
What?
We're not
Alright.
trying to sterilize it. We're just trying to make it not gross.
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
taste
I just.
like the last drink.
All right, Joe. When I make this, is it one shot or two shots? Is it the standard one shot per sun drop?
Gimme.
Mixmaster Joe.
Joe Hills.
Oh, we lost Joe. All good.
Oh no.
Oh, sorry. I was pushing to talk on my computer, but the call's going through my phone. No, I was saying I usually 1 part sweet tea vodka, 2 parts sun drop.
Okay. Here we go.
George, tell Joe Hills what our handyman said. So now we do not live together, but I have a handyman that I hired through like this handyman connection. And then I was like, hey, can I like hire you to do stuff, you know? And he was like, well, you have my cell phone number. Anyway, so like I gave his cell phone number to George, and he came to do stuff for George too, because we both like work insane amounts of extra hours. And he's from Tennessee, outside of Chattanooga.
Ooh, that's right.
And while he was here at George's place, George said, you can have a drink out of the fridge. And George, you take it away with flavor.
So I opened the fridge and he's like, oh my god, you have Sundrop? And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, how did you get that? It's not available in Colorado. And I'm like, it's so crazy. I have a friend out in Tennessee who was telling me it is very specific to the South. And he's like, I'm from Tennessee. I grew up with Sundrop. That is my drink. And I'm like, it's available on Amazon. It's more expensive than like standard Mountain Dew, but you can get it. And then I explained to him, I'm like, so that same friend told me to go ahead and get this sweet tea vodka. And he's like, that is a classic drink combination from the South. You absolutely have to try it as soon as possible. So here we go.
And
This
It's
one
so
is for you,
sad.
Jane?
I've been to Tennessee twice and I have not had Sundrop.
Hmm.
I bought a
we got-
Sundrop
we
last
gotta
time, but
fix
we
that.
mixed it with drinks. So
Oh,
I
Sammy.
donated
That's what
it
it's
to the
for,
cause.
though.
No, I know, but like
You didn't have the drinks?
I don't think I had anything with Sundrop in it. No.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Sammy. I thought
Oh,
yeah.
you're fine.
Joe, what
That
a
wasn't
poor
like
host.
accusation against you. I'm just saying, like, I bought one and never actually drank it.
I'm
Oh.
saying, oh, Sammy, like disappointment in Sammy, but like Joe, you're from the South. You should be better.
Joe is an excellent host. Joe is great.
I give people poo. That's what I do. I give people poo.
Wow. Okay.
You like it, right?
Oh my god, this tastes like super. I think I put too much of the sweet tea vodka in there. a little bit too much. But it is basically a sweet tea that has a lot of alcohol in it at this point.
What did I do with the rest of the ice cubes?
Mr.
Yeah, it
Lance
tastes
says that
like
was your
sweet tea.
only time to ever try Sundrop, Sammy. It will never happen again. Mr. Lance actually took me to get Sundrop, and I still didn't actually drink
Maybe
it.
your ratio needs to be a little bit heavier on the sun drop, George. Top it back off with more sun drop.
You think with dilute
the
it?
vodka.
That's the thing you can still do.
Yeah.
dilute the
Top
vodka.
it off with the Sundrop. Have a few sips and then just fill it to the top of Sundrop.
Oh,
No.
gift that
I'm
keeps
fine
giving.
with the overly sweet. I hope everybody understands. I'm good with it
I'm
being
perfectly
sweet.
fine with this very, very, very strong drink.
You do need to remember, George, that Sundrop is caffeinated.
Thank you. I do remember that Sundrop is caffeinated.
and it is midnight.
Oh my god, it's midnight. Have we played any pinball yet? I feel like there has
No.
been very little pinball
No.
played.
You never changed the scene to pinball. We haven't
Game
even seen a
Club
pinball.
says a drink
We
lots
haven't
of
even
water.
made it to question 2.
No, we have
we did
not.
question
We
2.
have.
We haven't
did
gotten
we?
past. We
Yeah,
haven't
that
gotten
was- oh,
past
that's
question 2.
6
My
questions.
mistake. I'm caught up in the cacophony as well.
All right, but before we go on to question number 3, Joe, what a fantastic recommendation. I love it. It's sweet tea,
Delicioso.
but you can't taste any alcohol whatsoever. There's no hint of vodka in there.
By the way,
In my opinion, like when somebody's like, describe a happy drink. If you were gonna mix a drink that feels happy, it's that. That is like just in terms of emotional response. It's just like this is just good. It's nice. I don't know.
I can't argue with that statement.
Yeah, I love
I
it.
feel like I get that response from Bailey's.
This is much sweeter than Bailey's. Don't get me wrong, I like Bailey's.
Everything that's
Probably
not
a little more potent too.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take some Advil tonight. Just FYI.
There's nothing worse than the realization of what tomorrow is going to be like.
Oh yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna switch because I can't do caffeine right now. I'm so sorry.
Okay, but did you taste it at least?
I did taste it. Here.
Did you like the taste? I hope it was suitable.
So lovely.
Wow.
Suitable. You gotta wear a suit while you're drinking it? That don't make sense.
So, by the way,
Excellent endorsement.
with Jedi McMuffin and MPT3K's help, ended up making the Sony ZV-1 working wonderfully. Like, this camera actually works really well right now. The issue was there was like 6 different settings in the camera that had to do with outputting at 4K 30 frames per second as opposed to 1080, and outputting at 4K but only showing 1080 on stream was doing awful things to the image. So getting it to natively output at 1080 and pulling it in at 1080, and the camera quality just went up. It skyrocketed. It was wonderful.
It looks
So-
great.
I have no issues now with this camera. I think it looks awesome. Sorry, what are you pointing at?
Oh,
Your
I
image
thought
is
he-
1080, but your personality is still 4K. So that's
Awesome. You do. Thank
Aw.
you. Aw.
So
Claps.
Tim took it up to the ceiling. I thought he also did that wall.
No, he didn't. I didn't have enough to do that well. So the handyman that we had come, who was from Tennessee, I had him do all these things that I had been putting off doing because I'm lazy. And
You're not lazy.
I am
you
very
work
lazy.
2
You're
jobs.
busy.
Yeah. I am very busy,
You
but
work
I'm also
2 jobs
lazy.
and you stream. And the 4 hours of free time you get during the week,
I'm lazy with.
you read and you relax your mind. Rest is just as important as working.
Well, thank you for that.
I want to
Four
thank y'all for
hours.
making me feel sober tonight.
Say it again.
I want to thank y'all for making me feel sober tonight.
That's well said. Hey, and on that note, things that have changed for you as a result of COVID.
Oof.
Like, what's something that you either do differently or you feel is now
just-
different.
No, I need to know who did that. Who
Who was that deep sigh with?
No.
That was me. I went.
That was lovely.
Oh, sorry.
I mean,
my life post-COVID is exactly the same as it was pre-COVID.
can I go before I
Yeah, please go ahead.
It's not going to be long, but that's what he said. So I got divorced in the middle of COVID.
Okay.
Yeah. And that was, I mean, COVID prolonged it, but yeah, I got divorced. I lost a poo ton of weight, and I gained some because I got COVID at the beginning of COVID, because somebody coughed in my mouth who had COVID.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Ah,
No.
gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah. Ew. Yeah. That's why I'm not married.
Usually you have to pay for that.
No, just so lost a poo ton of weight, but I was already on the downward trajectory.
Jedi's going to use that phrase, by the way, poo ton, tomorrow specifically.
Poo ton.
Continue on.
Switched jobs like twice.
Okay.
Moved out and bought a place.
And bought a house all during COVID.
Yeah.
Cheers to that.
Congratulations. Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. And oh yeah. I'm a grandma.
Oh yeah. And you're a grandma. There you go. All happened during COVID. Okay.
Hair peanut. It's good.
The
Yeah.
the last one is not.
Yeah, I nearly lost my mom to COVID, so like I don't feel like I have any response to this question that would not be like super angry. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass.
I almost lost
completely
my
am.
life to COVID, so I get it.
Yeah.
I'm immunocompromised.
She's immunocompromised, struggled. I did lose my mom to COVID. So I am right there with you.
Jeez.
Oh,
I'm
George.
so sorry. I did not know that.
Oh, I have drank a lot.
Yeah.
Somebody
George, I
also
think you shared
swore.
that with me and like a couple other people.
Okay, yeah, my bad.
All right, I did push-ups.
Mm.
I
But, sorry, the more fun thing I did was I lost about 45 pounds during COVID. So, and put a huge focus on health and fitness.
and you
Congratulations on that run you did.
Yeah, I'm super
Thank
proud of
you.
you for getting that 10K.
I
Boom.
feel like you very much succeeded in that arena.
And after, like, I mean, that was after a concert. Like,
Oh my God! So
the
that
concert.
was
All I heard about was the run.
okay. So I did the Offspring with Janelle and Friday night. No, yeah, on Friday night, right?
Saturday.
No, it was Saturday night at from 9 until midnight. Drove back, got home at about 1, and then I had to get up at 6 in order to be ready and actually at the starting line for a 10K at 7 in the morning in downtown
ridiculous.
Fort Collins.
So the best part about, so I remember you were talking about like, why do people run this early? What happens is you go home and you sleep and it's all just like, it's like you dreamed the whole thing. And you're able to move on with your day.
So I've got a
Yeah.
story about this. Oh my gosh, what happened? 2 balls.
You started the Quill mode, which is a multi-ball.
Oh well, not anymore.
Sorry, and it gets even more fun than that, by the way, Sammy, in that I finished the run at 8 o'clock a.m. and then I had already
Dad
planned.
of the year.
Yeah, I had already planned before I signed up for the 10K to do a zoo visit starting at 9 in the morning with the neighbor kids and my daughter.
At least
So-
you didn't have to run during that though. You know, you could stroll.
So I
Exactly.
gotta.
Well, if the lion
just,
got out of the cage, he'd have to.
Can I please gush for a minute?
Okay, go for it.
So, like, can I gush on you for a minute?
Maybe. I don't know exactly what that
It's
means.
just like-
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
The Offspring is my like all-time favorite band, like ever. And I have not been to like a lot of concerts in my like whole entire life. Like my whole entire life. George has been to a lot of concerts. And then we go out to dinner like a few weeks ago. And I don't know what you said, but something to the effect of
We're losing half of everything you say.
Yeah, you're cutting out, sweetie.
something to the effect of The Offspring is in town. Would you like to see them? Or something. I don't know. But it was not indicative of the fact that you had bought tickets for us to go see them.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
It was like he had surprised me with tickets to go see The Offspring, which is my favorite band of all time.
Aww.
Which
That was
we
very
had done
sweet.
karaoke together, like of The Offspring, like done an Offspring song, like the night I closed on my place. And so, yeah, big deal because
Aww.
Yep. Checks out. George is good
Yep.
peeps.
Yep.
can I say that like we've been friends for like 15 years
Yeah. Oh my God.
before this happened?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you do have to play your ball.
My ball. I thought I played my ball last night. Oh.
What?
George
What?
is
Huh?
still streamer focused here.
What's the next question? Oh wait, no, we didn't get everybody else's answer.
No, we didn't.
So, Jedi's here.
Yes.
I didn't know.
Jedi.
Jedi
hi.
not like on the
Jedi is not in the chat right now. No.
Jedi. Why?
That is a really good question. Just because we have so many other people, I feel like right now.
But still,
I
that's
love the idea that this becomes the polyphonic spree of pinball
Yeah.
streams, where it's just
One more voice. One more voice.
There are only 5 of us.
I mean, I really, I could afford to step out because, like I said, it's getting late here. I just wanted to stick around and see how the vodka sundrop went because I couldn't miss that. But,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
oh my gosh,
It's
I think
late
I
here
have
in
heartburn
Tennessee.
from that.
Joe, you nailed it. I am so happy because that is going to be my new like summer go-to drink, right? Because sweet tea is like that perfect beverage on a hot day.
Oh, absolutely. You get some real ice in there too. Like you're not even, doing this right. Like I was gonna say, like you really want ice in there, but we'll get it.
We'll get it.
Probably
I didn't even have
Diluted a
sweet
little.
tea when I was in Tennessee. I'm failing at visiting the South.
Oh,
Well, Sammy, you're gonna have
Oh.
to come back.
Yes. That's it. You're just going to have to go back. Ooh, man,
Wait.
do we
Sammy,
Sweet
I'm
tea
gonna be there from the
moonshine.
7th to the 14th. You gotta come.
George, it's probably why it felt strong because you didn't have that natural ice melting and giving a little bit of the
You
dilution.
need that organic.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Good
Yes.
message.
The organic ice.
Jedi.
Alrighty, well, thanks again for having me, George. Have
Good
a
night.
fantastic night, everyone.
Good
It was
night,
great
Joe.
hanging out.
Good night,
Joe.
Joe.
Good job.
Night all.
It was fun.
Yep.
Yep.
Have
Dice
fun.
not Dice. Oh my gosh.
Joe.
Joe, have a great night. That's the third drink coming in right there. Just FYI. Don't drink, kids. Not good for
Hello,
you.
drink.
So I was gonna say that the big thing that changed for COVID for me was I met a lot of new friends and on Twitch and in the pinball community and
Heck
started
yeah.
streaming, and that was kind of cool.
That's a really good answer. I feel like I could focus on like something more positive like that. So like when COVID when it first started is when I first kind of like started like getting to know a lot of people in like the streaming and online communities because everything kind of shifted to that. So I've made so many good friends through like Joe's community and other communities, and so like I wouldn't trade any of that for anything. I'm just so I'm gonna focus on that. That's a good one.
That is a really good one. Since COVID, I went and visited Manu. I visited Jedi McMuffin. I went and visited Joe Hills. And Surreal. Surreal, did we
Yeah, there
visit
you
during
go.
COVID?
We did. We did.
Yeah, okay. During COVID.
Yeah. Was
George
that-
drove all the way to Maine to visit me, but I wasn't home that day. So
Yeah, it was unfortunate.
Was that Surreal? When was that? Was that April?
It was in the past.
Okay, right there.
Very,
The biggest
very
change I have experienced from COVID is a complete inability to
Lots of
chronologically
time.
place any events
Legit.
for the past 2.5 years.
Legit.
I agree with that. It was
still March 2020.
It was less than 2 years ago, and it wasn't last week. So
Yes.
it's somewhere in there.
Somewhere in between.
Ago.
Yes.
So speaking about that, we all went out for a friend's wedding in late January of 2020
Oh my
to the
gosh.
Dominican Republic. And what
Yeah.
was crazy is that was the moment things started changing with
Yes,
COVID.
Devin Crates.
So on the flight back, it was so weird to go through. I had a 2-part flight where I flew to from the Dominican Republic back to O'Hare Airport, where I picked up my daughter, and then my daughter and I flew from O'Hare Airport to Denver. And the flight there, it was fine. On the way back, COVID had broke out. And because we were in the Dominican Republic and I'm not great about news, I had no idea what happened. So I hit the airport and everyone was wearing masks. And I was so blown away by like, what's going on? Where do I get masks? What's happening? But nothing was enforced at that point. It was just like 90% of the people had gone from nothing to wearing masks as they were going through the airport. Zoe and I were freaking out the entire time. So that all happened late January. It was such a surreal experience.
Yeah, that's when I got it the
Thank you very
second
much.
time. That was fun. And now, so it's the weird thing is, so my where I work, there was a huge like office-wide outbreak in early this year, like January, February, and so you would think that all of us that got it would be okay now, and now it's sweeping through the office again, and everyone that got it in like February is getting it again.
Yep. That's February. So we're in May. That's not quite the 6 month. I feel like that's the 3 month. Yeah,
I think it's
don't
a
know.
recurring.
Yeah, it
theme
hasn't
for-
even been 3 months for me. I've had it twice, and it hasn't even been 3 months since the last time, and I've been exposed like 6 times in the last week, which is great. It's exactly what you want.
Yeah,
I think it's a
right?
recurring
That's-
theme for people who are in the U.S. and maybe Canada, that just people in general think that just because they're sick of something, that somehow it's gone away and they don't have to worry about it
Yeah.
anymore. It's really just not the case. Not how science
No.
works.
Yeah.
No.
See, Razor built a PC during COVID. Awesome. Razor, was that your first PC or did you just put a PC together? It's been 2020 for 6 years now. Go back to then.
Yeah.
What then? Why not? We passed it when. When will then be now? Soon. Of course, I want coffee while I watch Radar. Oh my God, Spaceballs reference. Awesome. First in a while. Okay, cool. And I do want to throw out, we were talking today, there is a local airline that, like just a 15-minute drive away, that has direct flights to Vegas from a very small airport. I feel like we need to make a Vegas trip happen in
Let's do it.
July. And there's the Vegas Pinball Museum, and then there's just going crazy, and then there's some like fun gambling. Once again, when you do that, make sure that you just assume you're gonna lose whatever money you end up gambling, but also I feel like I've been to like 3 shows now, Cirque du Soleil, and now whenever I go back to Vegas, I always have to do a Cirque du Soleil show because it's so different than any other show I've ever been to. So I would want to do the Pinball Museum one day, Cirque du Soleil another, and then just like hard partying somewhere in the middle and just walking around the strip.
I live, it's about probably like a 45-minute flight from here to Las Vegas, and I've never been.
Oh my God, Sammy! Let's do. I know Dice is in. Dice, you like live in Vegas. It sounds like, right?
Yeah, I can 6 times over recommend Chris Angel's show.
Okay.
So let's just say maybe we take the Giants Rockies game off the table, and maybe we just have fun in Vegas.
And just go to Vegas. So
I feel like we'd have more fun.
Well, oh my God, I have a jersey though, Sammy, specifically.
This is true.
I'm gonna need you to pack at least 1 suit because I am taking you to a speakeasy.
to a speakeasy. Oh, I don't own a suit.
I'll rent you a suit. I got a guy.
I got a guy.
What are you
Once we land and get to
doing?
our room, I'll call him and we'll get your measurements.
Okay.
It'll be like George will be like Rain Man. You can take him into the suit shop and get him fitted with a suit that matches. Dice.
Card counting is really not that hard.
Yeah.
It's just round.
I need a fitted suit. It's one of those things I've never done.
What's the bet?
We need
Two for good.
occasions in life.
Sorry.
Anyone in this call or in chat who's going with me, at least I'm pretty sure this guy only deals with men's suits, but we need to get a list and I'll get everyone fit.
Okay.
I mean, I don't need a suit, but thanks.
We could all have all the women.
You know what, Sammy?
All
I'm getting you a suit.
All the women could wear suits too. That'd be cool.
I kind of agree. If everybody was wearing suits,
Yeah, with all matching suits.
because then we could be the suit gang, right? Oh
And then
wow.
I can also run.
We need Joe here for this conversation.
I can run to CVS and get some moose, and also stop off at Del Taco for that sweet value menu. They're in the same
I
compliment.
feel like if Joe is here though, it would be Beetlejuice suits for everybody.
See, Joe's got like an amazing array of suits. Like I have not obviously, I don't know Joe well enough to know all of his suits, but I know that the first time I went to Nashville, he brought his Beetlejuice suit and his David S. Pumpkin suit. And that was an interesting thing to wear throughout the hotel as a joke. It was, yeah.
The David
Jedi,
S.
we could
Pumpkins,
color
which I
coordinate
finally
Dumb
want.
and Dumber colors, and I wouldn't even need to get us fitted. They sell those suits on Amazon, and they're one size fits all.
I challenge that.
One size fits all does not fit all.
Well, not if you don't suck your gut in.
Or like, maybe it's
Oh my
probably
God.
either too big or too small.
We're talking singularity kind of suck. You're as good at.
You're orb collected. Orb collected. Oh no!
For real, all you have to do is hold your breath the entire time we're out.
Yeah, that's
Never
what
breathe
it is.
again, and you'll be fine.
Which you'll probably want to do anyway, because Vegas is very smoky, especially now that marijuana is recreational.
Oh, it's recreational in like downtown.
It's recreational in all of Nevada, but the problem is if you buy something on from one of the dispensaries, you can't exactly take it back to your room and do it legally. So most people do it on the street, and as long as you're
Yeah.
not causing it a disturbance,
raise the
it counts
rate
for
on.
it here.
Maybe.
I work for a place that, it's California. It's legal in California as well, but like I work for a place that follows federal rules, and so yeah, I can't even be around all the smoke because it affects you.
Yeah.
So they randomly drug test you.
They don't, but they could, and so I don't like to I don't want to take any risks.
Right.
Yeah, just walking around the strip, you're gonna run into people just popping joints.
Yes.
I mean, just walking around my house, same. So I just say,
Also the same.
I feel like honestly, like if I didn't have to deal with like the I've only ever been
Jedi
random
legit.
once, and it wasn't even random. It was a friend of mine happened to talk about going to a reggae festival in front of the wrong person, so she got quote unquote randomed, and then everyone that she was known to be friends. So that's like 8 years. That's the only time I've ever been randomed, but like I don't want to take that risk.
Cannabis profiling.
I mean, yeah, it was definitely profiling.
Has anybody seen? I don't know if you can hear me. Has anybody seen that? Like, hold on, I'm gonna just attach it to my bra strap, just because that seems like the most stable thing. They stay in place. Has anybody seen that like little meme or whatever that like I'm baking brownies for my office, not because I like those effers, but because there's a random drug test tomorrow, and I'm not the only one going down.
Let me tell you. So the people that I live with have started making edibles, like figuring out how to make edibles. And so every time there are fresh baked goods in my house, I'm just like, I can't eat them. They are not for me. It's mean. It's a form of cruelty. You make a whole thing of brownies that I cannot have.
Sammy, I currently own and operate 2 dispensaries out of state, so if your roommates ever need help with that, I can point them in the right direction.
I would
Nice.
definitely pass that information along, so if you'll shoot me a message.
Now that's dice on brand.
Hey,
Love it.
that's business deals. Hey.
I can't give them the recipe for our pizza dough, though, because
No.
we're about to be the first ones in the U.S. selling that.
Wow. That's interesting.
Wow.
We've
THC
also got a
pizza dough.
hamburger helper. We got a few cereals coming out, and we just recently started infusing it in ice cream. So
Right, guys, THC bonds to fatty acids. Is that correct?
I would have to talk to my chef. I'm more of a get high and come up with ideas guy. 4 a.m. I'm like,
That is an amazing job. How do you get it?
Sorry.
first, you need somebody with about $75,000 worth of capital and promise them you won't lose it opening a weed company.
Wait,
Sorry,
so your pizza is the cause and solution to your munchies?
Simultaneously.
We're hoping to become one of the first ones in the U.S. to not only just be a dispensary, but turn it into sort of a generalized grocery store where you can go for edible type things. And there will be different
amazing.
types, of course, indicas and sativas for different kinds of medical needs, because at the end of the day, I still do personally believe that weed, for people that genuinely do need it, is a medicine.
So
Yep.
kind of like a Weedazon, right? Weedazon prawn.
Or wheat foods.
Weedazon, I think that.
I'm sort of like 7-Eleven. I'm not always doing business, but I'm always open.
Wait, that's a quote from something. I've heard that
Boondock Saints,
before.
maybe?
Thank you. Yes.
Open
We're
You know,
sort
we're
of like
sort of like 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven.
We're not always doing business, but we're always open. That is nicely put. Thank you.
Well done. Well done. Troy Duffy. Everyone.
Teed
So,
up on the
guys,
1s and 2s.
It's the amazing thing about like earning your associate's degree at community college is that your biology. Oh, sorry. Can you not hear me? Thank you, Sam.
You're
I can
funny,
hear you
Ellie.
better now. You were cutting in and out.
Sorry. I just probably need to step away from G.
We'll tape that to the side of your face and you'll be fine.
Just
Yeah,
like
clip it.
Brittany.
Head mics.
Clip it to your chin. There you go.
Is that like one of the things about
Bye, Razor.
like going to community college before I reached my full undergrad was that my biology teacher taught us that THC bonds to fatty acids, and so which is why you try to get THC to bond itself to butter before
Right.
baking it in Rice Krispie treats or brownies or anything like that. So butter, oil, anything that is oil-based will be good, which is why baked goods are amazing for
Yes.
treats. Sorry, this is not associated with Don't Panic Flip at all. Hashtag disclaimer.
Hey kids, let's teach you how to do this thing.
It is available at the community
George is wearing
college.
a hat repping edibles.
It technically
I thought that was
is.
a Clippers hat.
It is a Cookie Monster hat.
It is a cookie.
Brand hat.
Yeah.
Jedi! We gotta get you on this talkie
Jedi.
talk.
Well, weed does make some people, including me, paranoid. So you could make like "Don't Panic" toque hats.
Oh, my
Branding
goodness.
opportunities,
Branding.
ABB, George. Always be branding.
Always be branding. All right, last game here.
George. Believe that when I see it.
So this weekend.
So what's question number 5? What are we at? 5? 4?
4.
Yeah, but
Out of
before
6?
we go there, I gotta say, before G-Man ran a 10K, aka 6 miles for everybody in the United States, we saw the Offspring, which are every bit as good in person as they are on record.
They are very good in person. They are They really do sound kind of like they're in the studio, even in person.
Yeah, Dr.
George. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, Dr. Dax. He actually has his PhD in RNA science, the lead singer and the rhythm guitarist, and is the only original member of the band. So let me nerd out on that for a second. Yeah, amazing.
Okay, so if he quits and somebody replaces him, is it still the same band?
They're no longer the Offspring because there's not any Offspring left.
They're the offspring's offspring.
They're the offspring of the offspring.
They're the grandchildren.
Yeah.
It's weird.
They're the stepchildren.
Sammy, what was the question?
Oh, the question was, I think George said, like, within, not this stream, but, like, another stream that he had seen. Did you say you'd seen Panic at the Disco live?
Yes, I have seen Panic at the Disco live, and they were
I'm
fantastic.
so
Moo
incredibly
has got to be
jealous.
so jealous.
Oh
of
my
you.
gosh.
You haven't been?
He is better live than he is recorded, and that is just so incredibly rare.
I've
He
got
is...
to.
Go ahead.
No, I want to see so many shows with you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Georgie. Yeah, I got to see so many shows with you. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
3 times singing Panic for me, George. How many for you?
Just the one time. I feel lucky enough to have come across Panic when they were in Denver and snagged a show a couple weeks before they got here.
But Georgie likes
to
to
speak.
see the small shows.
I do, yeah. I also really avoid big shows. So no Pepsi Centers in Denver.
Yeah.
None of the big stuff. It has to be something
I
a
saw-
smaller venue.
I saw Fall Out Boy at a very small venue near where I live, which is like nowhere in Northern California, and so that was a really fun one. Other than the fact that they split the ticket with Wiz Khalifa, who went like an hour longer than they were supposed to.
Oh, wow.
And,
Oh, wow. I said,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
Wow.
And so they shut off alcohol like within Wiz Khalifa's set, and then he went a lot longer than he was supposed to. So Fall Out Boy was pretty short, but it was really cool that they were like 10 minutes away from me, and I live in like rural Northern California. So, but I've wanted to see Panic at the Disco for a very long time because I've watched a lot of videos of the live performances, and it really does seem like he is a much better performer live than he is recorded.
Well, I mean, he's pretty good recorded though. Like, let's...
He is very incredibly good recorded, and yet he somehow has the ability to be better live.
Better
and
live,
that's
yeah.
extremely rare.
in
That's
fact,
like Freddie Mercury stuff.
or Chris
Yeah.
Cornell.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I missed the good night to Razor Right On. Good night, Jedi McMuffin. Good night, Moon.
See you later, Tommy.
Did you
you
say
come-
good night, Moon?
I did say good night, Moon. And I think somebody.
I don't agree with Brendan saying this, but when he was getting interviewed for their second record, Pretty Odd, he said that was the one where he really learned how to sing.
Pretty Odd is by far my favorite album of theirs. And the thing I'm most I'm most disappointed by is that when I got to see Panic at the Disco, it was not with all the people from the Pretty Odd album. It was with the release of, I think it was Death of a Bachelor, maybe?
Oh, that's such a... Okay, personally, I think Death of a Bachelor is like an amazing album. But I
It's
think...
a good album.
So I have a similar like experience. So I saw Green Day, and it was not the American Idiot Tour. It was the tour after the American Idiot Tour. And so I didn't get that experience. And so, I kind of feel that.
I totally understand that, like, miss the album or before the album that really made that like took your interest that much further kind of thing. I'm right there with you. I get that.
I saw 30
So
Seconds to
lucky to
Mars.
see Green Day twice. Once in 2002, when I was far too young to be at a show, but my older brother had tickets, so he was babysitting and had to take me. That was also the first time I saw Blink-182. And then I got to see Blink-182 again in 09 and 11, and I got to see Green Day again in 2021.
Oh my gosh. That's full circle.
Yeah, those are some awesome shows. Also, by the way, how was 30 Seconds to Mars? Because I feel like the lead singer, I can't think of his name right now. I know he's the big actor.
Jared
I feel
Leto.
Jared Leto.
Jared Leto How's his voice live?
Jared
It's
Leto's the
excellent.
lead
That
singer
was
of
really-
30 Seconds to Mars? Are you
As a
freaking
person, I
kidding
want to
me?
punch him in the face.
Yes.
Biscuits and gravy.
I missed it.
30
How's
Seconds
his
to
voice?
Mars is just Jared Leto and the Jared Leto band.
I feel
Yeah.
like I only know the one song from them. Like, I don't think that that would make me want to go to a concert.
And that was their
Yeah, I
big
literally
hit.
wasn't a fan at the time, but my buddy was taking his 16-year-old daughter and her friend, and he wanted me to go along just in case they got like into a crowd, and like he just wanted an extra person there, and I'm a big dude, so I,
You were
like,
the
went,
muscle?
That was part of the muscle, yeah. But it ended up being
Do
pretty
not
good.
hide it. Do not hide
There was like 3 or 4 songs that I recognized.
We got
So-
a conversation going, George. Play another game, but also please put the camera back.
No
When I
more.
saw Green Day in, I think it was 2004, Flogging Molly opened for them, and that has sparked like a lifelong, like that is my favorite band, like my
That's
entire
awesome.
life since I was 19.
Please don't hate me. I'm more of a Dropkick Murphys fan.
There's nothing to hate. You don't have to pit them against each other. They're both good.
This is the
You don't have
internet.
to
We only
pick
exist in
one.
absolutes.
Taste is subjective. You don't have to pit things against each other.
Hi, Oz, Eric. Yeah,
George,
I
please
totally
play
get
another
that.
game. We have a good conversation going, and I really don't want to end it.
All right. Let's keep it going. More band conversation.
Good
Last-
idea, Eric.
Change the camera. Thank you.
So it's funny though because I know a lot of the viewers that came with Joe's raid know that Joe works with his brother and he does like parody songs and some original songs, and he does one, I believe it's a poem. It's called something about, I think it's the Ballad of Sam McGee. But then he and his brother did like a musical rendition of it that is set to like Dropkick Murphys and Flogging Molly. And it's so funny that when it comes up in my like iTunes, or not iTunes, but like Apple Music like recommendations, it only picks like one or the other. I don't know. Sorry.
No.
It's
good.
one of the things, the first time I heard that, like I had seen a couple of Joe's streams before, and the first time he played that in entirety, I was like, all right, yeah, no, this is a person that I want to give money to. This is a person that I want to invest in. Because I love Flogging Molly, and I like Dropkick Murphys. I don't have anything against them. It doesn't have to be war between us.
It doesn't have to be one or the other. You can appreciate 2 Irish-sounding bands.
I mean, I think they're both
That they
like,
are Irish.
Irish. They're not Irish sounding.
Well, I don't know enough to. I know they sound Irish, but who knows? They could be very American
So,
or.
my best concert experience, I was at Slim's in San Francisco, which RIP doesn't exist anymore, but it's kind of a small venue in San Francisco, and Flogging Molly was performing. It was like close to my 21st birthday, and the lead singer, bless his heart. So there was this big, like tall, like burly guy that was like shoving women out of his way to make his way up to the stage. And the lead singer of Flogging Molly just shut the show down. Shut it down. And he just starts berating this man. Just verbally assaulting him. Until he left. And then they started performing again. Because this guy, like, I was one of the women. Like, he pushed me aside and knocked me to the ground. And so I will never not, I cannot ever not be a fan of Flogging Molly after that.
That's awesome. What a cool story. Also, Game Club, absolutely cool if you talk about the giveaway.
I have nothing but the utmost respect for the bands that actually do look out for their fans. Slipknot has been tremendous at that, and I'm not even into the music. I just like the way it sounds, if that makes sense.
I like the community. Like, I'm not that big into the music either, but I know my brother is, and I know that the experiences he's had have just been 100% positive.
I enjoy the instrumentals. Corey Taylor's vocals are just a little too feel bad for me, for myself.
And that's from, sorry, did you say Static X?
No, Slipknot.
Slipknot, sorry. I was thinking Static X.
I'd never go see them. I know they're out touring again, but after Wayne died, no. You'll never be able to replicate that hair.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah.
And the fact that their big breakout album, it kind of hits home to me, was called Wisconsin Death Trip. I'm like, oh, I used to have several problems. I've been on many of those.
Oh my God, Game Club Central. Anytime. Yeah, you guys. So I'm really quick here. So today being, I'm guessing 5/3, the 3rd of May. Yeah, right there. At 9 p.m., learning to play Star Wars. Wait, which time zone? Learning to play Star Wars Trilogy by Sega, which, by the way, I think is my favorite Star Wars implementation in a pinball machine. And then
For the
tomorrow.
record,
Go
it's
ahead.
still 5-2 here, which means it's 5-3 for you. So 5-4 would be the next day.
Okay, got it. So 5/3 if you're in Mountain Time forward. We're still 17 minutes away from it being 5/3 if you're in Pacific Time Zone. But we're close. So 5/3 in Mountain, Central, and Eastern. Well, it's 5/3 regardless of your time zone. But today, if you're in Mountain, Central, or Eastern Time Zone, and if you're in Australia, I have no idea because I can't remember if you guys are like 14 hours
They're
or
like
18
a day
hours
ahead.
Yeah, you're more than 12 hours ahead, so it's a different day. Got it. It's in 9:00 p.m. Eastern time, which would be 7 p.m. Mountain time, 6 p.m. Pacific, and we don't even talk about Central because that's just such a small part of the United States.
It's a good
You
thing Joe is not
bastard.
here. Joe Hills would ream you for this.
He's barely in Central.
He's gone.
Based on Central Time, all of your schedules, George.
Yep.
So I have a fun Slipknot story.
Uh-oh.
I went to see Slipknot when I was. Can you hear me?
No.
Yes.
Yeah, you're coming in fine.
Okay, thank you. I was not talking to you.
Oh my gosh.
So I went to go see Slipknot when I was living in Virginia Beach.
And now you're cutting out.
Now I'm cutting out.
Every time you move the microphone, you're cutting out.
Hold on. I went to go see Slipknot when I was living in Virginia Beach. And while I was, I went to go see them at a place called the Boathouse. Ooh, hello. And,
Walk away from the machine.
Oh, dear. And when I went to go see them, there was this band that was handing out their sample tape. And we're like, oh, cool. So I like put their tape in my bag. That was like, I was like, fine. And it was a really great show. Like, they dropped 2 banners of the Backstreet Boys on either side of the stage. And it was like, you're tearing at my heart. When not, I don't know.
In sync.
Sorry, I don't know. But then they lit But then they lit them on fire, and they're like, rah, F this. And then, like, guys, like, crawled across the rafters, and then they, like, went into their set in, like, their jumpsuits, and, like, rah. It was amazing.
What band is this that you're describing?
Slipknot.
Okay.
Slipknot.
Sorry. So
Guar.
I have to, like, respond to this as a child/teenager of that era. And, like, the amount of grown-ass men who took offense to the things that teenage girls liked in that era and took it to that extent is just kind of, like, sad. Because, like, I was, like, 15. My first concert was the Backstreet Boys, and I don't feel bad about that. I was a 15-year-old girl. And the amount of men that got angry about that kind of stuff, like, oh, boy bands, blah. It's like, why do you feel like that makes you cooler?
Less.
Like, why do you feel like that makes you seem like a more interesting person to just not like the thing that teenage girls like? Just don't like the thing. You don't have to drag them for it.
Yeah.
Legit, it was just a different type of commercialism, right?
Well, have you guys ever seen the Basic Bro video? Right, like somebody who gets all upset at a boy band, like that's silly. Like, it's popular music and a lot of people are into it. There's no reason to get upset.
There's
about
a
it.
lot of people that. Oh, go ahead.
Have you met a typical man?
Yes, I have. And so here's where I'm coming from. I spent the majority of my life, every single male person that I interacted with was like, I love metal music, or I love classic rock, or whatever it was that they liked. And anything that I liked, oh no, they shit on it. It doesn't matter if it was rock, it doesn't matter if it was pop, it doesn't matter what it was. Anything that a girl liked, my entire life, growing up until I was 25, every man that I ever encountered thought that it was a personality to just dump on anything that women liked. Or anything that girls liked.
Legit.
I would call that a bad sitch.
Well, yeah, it was a really awful time to grow up as a human being who was also a woman.
No, legit. It was just a different type of marketing, and that's what I contributed it to, is just a different type of marketing. It is, what type of marketing did you subject yourself to? And so as a social science major for my undergrad, look at the people who reject things like that, and it is the same type of same part of your brain that attracts you to things like that. So the same part of your brain that attracts you to boy bands and whatever, it is the same part of your brain that rejects boy bands. So the same part of your brain is activated for this, I don't know, the guys who rejected boy bands.
Daisy, you're kind of cutting out every couple words.
Oh, biscuits and gravy.
I don't mean to make you feel.
I don't understand what the issue is.
I don't know what it is either. I'm holding the mic.
I think it's the sound of the machine is kind of overriding the microphone.
By the way, Dice headed out because he wants to go make some fresh fried chicken to take to bed with him, and he did say something
snuggle
about
that chicken, Dice.
Pink being a great singer.
Pink is a great singer. Not all the songs are great. She is a great singer.
She is phenomenal. She's got a unique sound to her. So, but anyways, the point of the story was that, when I got home, can you hear me still?
Yes.
When I got home and I put the tape of that group that was marketing themselves at that Slipknot concert, I'm gonna date myself and I'm gonna age myself right here, right now. I put the cassette in my little boom box that I had in my room that I was renting from my roommate.
So really, this is 8-track, so you know.
Yeah, I was well, because I had a CD boombox, but people it was cheaper to hand out cassettes.
They were status symbols.
And so I had this boombox with detachable speakers that had I could put.
You're talking about the Iowa CD/tape boombox?
This is what you hold up over your head.
Yeah, but you could take the speakers and detach them and put them to different parts of your room. It had the wire. So, but I put that cassette because the band was promoting themselves, hey, give us a listen, give us, while we were standing in line at the boathouse at Virginia Beach. And so whatever, I put it in my purse, whatever, is a single 2 or 3 songs. So, and the band that opened for them was Kitty, which by the way, the most amazing death metal chick band ever, Kitty.
I think I know that band, actually.
Yeah, me too.
Amazing. But, I got home, and, the next day, I was, whatever, I didn't drink or anything. But I put the cassette in my thing, and the first thing I heard was, ooh, ah!
Oh.
I freaking met the members of Disturbed. They're hey, give us a listen. Give us a listen. Try us out, man. We're up and coming. That's how old I am.
Okay.
That's how old I am.
You got hit up by Disturbed when they were still in the, oh my God, please listen to our CD.
Listen to my mixtape.
Yeah. And I was and I had their single for free.
And now it's iconic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm yeah. I was just okay. And that night I was in a mosh pit at Slipknot, and I was like, yeah, like punching people, and just like, and I like got like elbowed in the face like 5 times, and my friend Scotty like grabbed me because I was like 100 pounds, and like yanked me out of the mosh pit because I was like bloody, and it was like, I was like still throwing punches, and just like yeah, because like everybody was like throwing their like wallet chains, because no wallet chains were allowed, no body jewelry was allowed in the mosh pit. And I was just like, yeah, and just like, yeah, kicking everybody. And then, like, I was, and the next day I was just like, my
And they're just picking you up like a spare kitten. Just
Yeah, exactly. Like,
you out of
okay,
there.
let's just get you out of there.
Yeah, my friend Scotty was just like, I was just like, yeah, and like punches on. And like my friend Scotty like literally grabbed me by my shoulder. And I was like, what's going on? Because I was little and tiny. So yeah, that's my Slipknot story.
Okay.
That's a good one.
That was a good one. You guys, thank you so much for hanging out tonight. We had Sammy Higgins, Surreal, iSki-Doo,
Thank you, Devin Craig.
Dance Panda, Joe Hills, I Only Seek Eurydice, and myself all on stream. That was redonk. Thank you, everybody,
What a night.
for hanging out. Yeah, that was a great night.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Here, well. And if you're still drinking something, cheers to everyone else out there as well.
Cheers.
Game Cup Central says I
Empty
love
hand, but
biscuits.
cheers.
I'm
Thank you for the
hungry.
entertainment, George.
I'm sorry, what'd you say, iSki-Doo?
Thank you for the entertainment.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for hanging out. You guys have a great night. It's Monday. We will be back on tomorrow with a new game. We are putting Guardians of the Galaxy into
I'm planning on the peak.
somewhere else.
Just touching your hat. Stop it.
Okay. For a little bit. I'm not sure what we're going to be playing
Let
in
him
its
finish.
place. And you guys have a great night. Sorry, we have to do some shout outs at some point here. Check out Sammy Higgins. Surreal _7. iSki-Doo. Joe Hills.
Okay,
We just
Brian
got
Bojana.
a follow while we're doing shout outs. Who was that? That was, wow, 2 follows, both right there. We've got Durelmo and Zeke Wolf. Thank you so much for those follows. That's appreciated.
You have a hat.
I do. Oh, I can actually take my hat off. Thank you.
Because he never shouts himself out.
And
It feels weird.
yeah, it feels super weird. And then there was Joe Hills, and then finally Dance Panda, who I have yet to talk into actually doing workout streams. But at some point,
I will get there. I'm in school right now.
right? Eventually, we'll make that happen.
She's busy.
Yeah.
I
Thanks.
manage over 100 people.
You're very important, and
Who's
you drive a
got a
Dodge
lot
Stratus.
going on?
I'm not important. I just
No, I was quoting Will Ferrell.
All right, Will.
She's got a lot of muggety something or other.
All right, let's go check out. I don't know who's streaming right now. Oh, you know what? Laserlos is doing a 24-hour stream. So
When
likely,
is Laserlos not
Oh
streaming?
yeah, as I say, it's like a 24-hour stream.
yeah, it's a 24-hour stream with. By the way, if we can get him to a certain donation level, he will shave his head on stream tonight.
Oh my
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, you guys
All raids
have a great night.
ended Laserlos.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we'll see you over there, and let's see if we can get Laserlos to the point where he shaves his head if he hasn't done so already. See you guys.
Sammy.
Have you been inundated with ads and questions related to TPN's now famous homemade pinball pudding line of puddings? Questions like,
TPN's pinball pudding is so good, it must be illegal, right?
What the fuck is pinball pudding?
How can a collection of content creators also be a pudding? That makes no sense.
and we hear you. You want to know what makes TPN so special? The answer is in TPN's secret ingredient. Simply proof. Other puddings may say they have it too, but watch as they're unable to back those statements up.
Well, I'm not a crook.
Do we have evidence of that?
It might be a tumor.
It's not a tumor.
Evidence. Evidence.
Richard, do I have a mark on my face? Right here. Not here or here so much, but right here.
That's evidence. Again, request for more evidence.
You can't handle the truth.
Do we have evidence of that?
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. Nobody.